Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Noir Bar. And happy Thanksgiving and a happy opening to the Christmastide season. And joining me here at Noir Bar with our festive decorations all around is none other than Far. Far, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing all right.
Good, good.
I love the Judy Garland.
Yes.
I've
Everybody,
been waiting so long.
everybody notice and appreciate the Judy Garland. It's
It's fantastic. It's beautiful.
I didn't get around to putting the berries in the Judy Garland, but I will. I will.
It's okay because it's the Judy Garland. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's great. And the chat window's stuck.
Oh yeah, it is stuck. Fuck. Look at that. Well, I already had 2 technical problems opening the bar tonight.
Yeah.
Why not have a third? Why not?
It'll be great. It'll be fine. Just let it happen, you know?
Yeah. Let me go over here to the browser chat.
So, what does chat think of the Judy Garland?
Well, Ex-Bubba Hotep says, Lamau, I love it. I don't know if he's referring to the Judy Garland, though.
You better be referring to the Judy Garland. I believe he will be referring to the Judy Garland.
I didn't do anything. Go over here and refresh the cache. Man, it's always something.
Yeah, donate to Polydub to help him replace his potato.
Yeah, I know, right? This is the time to take advantage of Black Friday / Cyber Monday / holiday season things. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, no
you know what I didn't do?
You didn't tweet it out, did you?
No, I did not.
I did.
Wow.
But it's okay.
Well, as Far said before he went live, I'm more of staff than I am a guest at this point. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like I have shit up here as well. I've had these WikiHow tabs up for 3 weeks, guys.
Well, you know what? That's really more your obsessiveness than it is my responsibility. Why just save them like I do and I fucking.
Well, no, because my favorites are so fucked at this point that it's not even worth it. Just keep the tabs up. It's fine.
Far, you want to do me a quick favor?
Yes.
You want to put the
send
link?
the thing? Yeah, it's in the.
Yeah,
it's in.
Okay.
Yeah, I already did it.
There we go.
I've done this enough times by now that I know. You don't even have to ask. It's just there.
You know what I just heard? The donation sounds for comic book curation. I just.
It's the 4th. It's the 4th.
Did I forget to turn on the Noir Bar notifications, maybe, and turn off the comic book curation note? All right.
Oh my god! I'm gonna have to write up a checklist, aren't I? Of like.
Well, you know what?
Shit to do.
That's
okay.
5.
Yeah. Okay.
But Far. Hold on.
Sorry.
This donation is for you. Thank you very much, Frank. Get a Streamlabs, Far.
No. You can't bully me like you can bully Polly.
You will not bully Far to give her money. She will not.
I am the bully. I'm the bully here. Fuck you guys.
She won't be putting up with none of your shit. You keep your money to yourselves, she says. Jesus. Like, I realize that Australians aren't into the whole Thanksgiving thing. You guys are an unthankful nation as a nation, apparently. But do you really gotta reject people's offers of money? My God.
Well, if they want to support me, they can buy my shit.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true. And speaking of buying your shit, where would they go about doing that, Far?
At my TeePublic store.
And is that
not that tab? I clicked the wrong tab. It's there. It's there. It's in chat.
Did I remember to put your links in the description?
Oh. Yes, you did.
Nice. Still only 5-4. No, 5 fuck ups so far.
Wait, what was the 5th?
Well, 1 and 2
I
were
thought it was only 4.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. It was 4 threatening to be 5, but it wasn't. So that's fine. Okay, so okay, I'm just waiting for my potato to load up the image to tweet it out. Anyway, thank you very much for the Streamlabs there, Frank. And let me get on to turning off those goddamn comic book curation pop-ups.
Yeah, do I need to write you a checklist of like, okay, so before we go live, have you done this, this, and this?
Well, see, that's something that I honestly think that not a lot of people take into consideration, which is why I said repeatedly that I want to look over Sinatra's shoulder or Irate Alex's shoulder or whoever when they're setting up a stream. I want to see what it is they're doing, and if it's a more straightforward method than what I'm using. You know what I mean? Like, am I going? Oh, come on. Am I doing it the hard way?
I think you're doing it the best you can with a potato. To be quite honest.
Well, I am and waiting. Tweet! And it's off. Oh my god. Well, you know what? I am trying to do the best I am with a potato, but I'm not sure how much of it is potato related or if it's just slow going because there's no fast way to do this stuff. Damn it. There's another comic book curation notification pop-up. Okay, here. Let me turn.
We're trying to transition the bar, people. Sometimes it gets a little bit mixed up.
Well, if you'll notice, the bar is currently in transition. We have some of the Christmas decorations out, but not all of them. And so yeah, we're in mid transfer over. Come on, I'm still digesting after a very large Thanksgiving meal. The turkey's kicking my ass here, okay? And enable. Well, let me tell you one story, just for my own benefit, to not make myself look quite so dumb. I DM'd Sinatra a while back, and I said, hey man, how do you have one set of notification pop-ups for Streamlabs for one kind of stream and another for another? And he goes, what do you mean? I said, well, I've got Noir Bar, and I want all kinds of period correct notifications for that. And then I've got comic book curation, and I want a whole bunch of comic book pop-ups for that. And he goes, LOL, I don't think you can do that, man. Oh, yeah? I figured out a way. Ha-ha! It's a workaround, and it's involved, but I made it work.
We're going to work on that checklist after this, I swear to God.
Oh, man, that just
makes so much shit. There's so much shit that you do.
Yeah.
It's like, you kind of need it.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It's a little labor intensive to, especially just to do two different...
oh, God. Yeah, because, like, we do this so often that I'm basically staff at this point.
Gilcado, like, thank you very much. Hold on, that was the pop-up, and it was Polly, get thankful about your Streamlabs. Also, Batman in the Noir Bar? Are you crazy, man? You'll trash your place trying to get information out of a stoolie. Yeah, well, that's... Shit, what's Batman's street identity?
He's only allowed in here. He's only allowed in here under the sole condition that he doesn't touch anything. That's it.
Oh, I was just about that. I said, too bad Jack's not here. And there he is in chat. I'm trying to remember Batman's street identity. Matchstick Pete?
What?
Okay, well, Batman, especially back in the day, had numerous identities. It wasn't just Batman and Bruce Wayne. He would dress up as other things to get other things done. And when he wanted to be like a street-level hood, to go, talk to people in the street and kind of be like on the level. You know what I mean? He had this one identity, sort of like 3-day growth beard, looked like a grubby cab driver or something. And I think his name was Matchstick Pete. Matches Malone. Thank you, Ryan Walters. Matches Malone.
That's so street.
Well,
I sound about a street as like, oh god, corn pop.
Yeah, corn pop.
Yeah, yeah, I feel so intimidated by Matches Malone.
Yeah, wow, look at all the people that know Matches Malone. There's Jack with it and James Colley. Fuck, you guys rock. But okay, so far, I got a question for you. And I hear you. That doesn't sound particularly street. It's like 70s street, meaning guys who didn't know.
Not at all. Just like they're going,
Yes.
Matchstick alone. Yeah.
Exactly. Guys who were writing comics in the 1960s and 70s came up with that. So it's as corny as Joe Biden coming up with corn pop today. You know what I mean? What's the guy's name who shot Bruce Wayne's parents in Crime Alley? Do you know?
I have no.
It's.
I'm not a real comic-y, that kind of comic-y person, Polly.
I hear you. How bad do you think it gets? Because if you think Matches Malone is bad.
Oh, pretty fucking bad, I'm guessing.
Yeah. But Joe Chill.
What?
That's seriously his name.
That's so fucking dumb.
The vicious, killing, murdering mugger who killed Bruce Wayne's parents is named Joe Chill.
Joe Chill.
That's right.
Oh my god. You know, the only Batman comic I've ever read is Batman Year One. That's it.
Well, the only comic that you've ever read is a fucking classic? Good pick.
Well, the only reason I got it, because I was watching Comic Book Curation one day. You suggested it as your recommend, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's see what Batman is about.
The only comic of Batman that Far's read so far, and it was written by Frank Miller. No, yeah.
No, I liked it. I liked it enough. I mean, like, I'm not the biggest, like, I mean, I like comics, but not really superhero comics, if you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just not really where I'm more webcomic-y stuff. Just because some of it is just to laugh at how dumb it really is.
Yeah.
Some of it's fine. A lot of it's fine.
But you're not into like Eve's into a lot of like vampire stuff, not necessarily horror, but heavy lore, magical realism stuff. Are you into that at all?
It depends. I mean, it really depends on the comic.
Okay.
I mean, like, one of the only ones I can really think of like that is Ava's Demon. Because that can, like, I mean, it's still kind of technically in the early stages of the story. But it's like...
What happens there? What's Ava's Demon?
Yeah, basically it's a girl. She has, like, this demon that's attached to her, and they make a pact, and she kills a lot of people.
Oh.
That's how far the story's gone. But no, it's supposed to be, like, the demon that's attached to her was really an alien. Like, it's all sci-fi magic shit. It's really interesting for what it is. Like, you could fuck it up so badly. That entire concept, but so far it's okay.
Ryan Walters says you're into My Little Pony comics. Is that true? That's not true, is it?
No.
Yeah, you stay away from that.
I fucking hate horses. What the fuck, man?
That's Jack's domain. And horses ain't ponies.
No, I hate all horse things, okay? Fuck horses.
You know, I've tried thinking about something. Do you think it would be helpful if we had little portraits down here on the end of the bar to show who's on?
Maybe.
No, we could have a picture of, one of your little webcomic characters. We could have a picture of an otter right next to it. And when Jack's on, we could have a picture of, like, I don't know, a clown in big floppy shoes or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you got to get me to draw every single one of these.
Well, they need to be consistent. When Quiz is on, we could have an angry painter bent over a tabletop, furiously painting his little guys. So in case you haven't noticed, I'm going to announce the decorations here, which you know what? I'm bragging. I'll own it. Does everyone notice that I had a fireplace installed?
I did, but it was because you pointed it out to me earlier.
Well,
it's a very pretty fireplace, okay?
Look at it roaring back there, all nice and warmly. And there's stockings hung by the chimney behind it with care. This is see, I did this for the patrons of the bar. That's how highly I think of my patrons. It's I wanted them to have a fireplace to warm themselves by. And there's let's see, there's the poinsettias sitting there on the table. Jack's picture should be a squirrel of all potatoes.
I agree.
Oh,
I
fuck
agree.
that.
No. Chad has spoken, Jack. You're
I
a
don't know.
squirrel now.
I've got a feeling that Jack has had enough troubles with squirrels as of late.
He's a
I hate
self-hating
those things.
squirrel, okay? It's fine.
How you doing, Jack?
I'm doing. How you guys doing?
Oh, you know,
All right.
I was just excited to show off some of the Christmas decorations now that it's officially Christmastide.
Yeah, I like the fireplace. It's a good addition.
Yeah.
Especially because the flames move.
Yeah.
That had to be a pain in the ass.
I don't want to talk about it.
That's what I thought. No, it looks really good.
Do you like the Judy Garland?
Yeah, I noticed that. And I'm like, is that Judy? Oh, Judy Garland. Okay,
How long have you been sitting on the Judy Garland? Because it's been a fucking while. Like, I feel like it's been a while. It's just been this thing. Like, you showed it like as soon as you found it, didn't you? You're like, this is the Judy Garland. So
Yeah.
use it.
Because
Use it.
I looked at it and noticed it. Far picked it up the fastest. When I looked at it, I had the same reaction Jack did. I'm like, I don't get it. It's Judy Garland. Oh.
No, I picked it up straight away because it's like Wizard of Oz. Like, I grew up with the Wizard of Oz and knowing Judy Garland's name, so it's like, oh, it's a Judy Garland.
Well, you live in the magical land of Oz.
Exactly. It's a history film, Jack.
You know what that makes you? A munchkin.
No. I'm a resident of the Emerald City, Jack.
Keep telling yourself that.
The Munchkins live in Tasmania.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah.
Oh. RJ had a question in the chat that might be an interesting topic for you.
Oh, well, hold on. We'll get right on to that. Polly's Potato tipped me $5. I don't like it when my own computer talks to me. And
At least it's giving you money.
yeah, and it says, this man is trying to kill me with fire. Help! You'll be fine, Potato. You'll be fine. I appreciate the tip, though, Polly's Potato. Jack, you know what I'm talking about? I need to take advantage of Cyber Monday and etc. You know what I mean? Like this.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna do it, I need to pull the trigger. It's like in the near future, I need to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like
they're running a lot of Black Friday deals now, from Thanksgiving Day through Cyber Monday.
Yeah. I mean, Christmas season is more what I'm thinking of. Like, this is the time to shop around and collect the components that I'm thinking of getting. You know what I mean? To Newegg and etc.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Yeah. Okay, so RVA Dar. Well, let me scroll up. You said you had a good question.
No, RJ.
Oh, RJ did. Okay, where's RJ?
Yeah, RJ was asking if you've heard about YouTube messing with super chats. If you get a copyright claim on your stream and don't appeal it, they'll take all your super chat money.
I'm not surprised.
Okay, you know what? A month ago, that would have surprised me, but not now. Really, RJ? Wow.
Yeah, I had heard that actually a while ago from somebody. I don't remember who, but I was talking to somebody about it. And they're like, yeah, they totally take your super chats. But that wouldn't surprise me, since if you say something offensive, they can take your super chat anyway.
Yeah.
And give it to like Planned Parenthood or whatever.
Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, they're giving it. They're donating it to some of their favorite causes or whatever. So,
and this is why you don't donate on YouTube.
Well,
go to Streamlabs.
Yeah, this is opening them up for a massive lawsuit.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, I agree with that.
The flagrantness of it is pushing, but I mean, again, not a lawyer here 100% of the way, but it is in your terms of service. So it would have to be the class action lawsuit that you've been mentioning, I would think. Yeah. Like, it wouldn't be a person's test case. It would have to be a number of people that are... The contract is unfair in and of itself would have to be the argument, no?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And it would probably have to be the people donating.
Right, because they're the wronged party. You took our money when it was intended for X, and I didn't sign a contract. Yeah, that's good call.
Yeah. I would actually say you should have two parallel lawsuits, one from the people donating and one from the people receiving. And you could try both theories then. You know, it didn't go to who I said it was going to, and the other party is saying, hey, I didn't get this money that this person was directing to me, and you redirected it somewhere else. Because honestly, it strikes me as that terms of service is probably not going to hold up real well.
Yeah, I mean that's
Just from the
federally,
layman.
statewide. Do you have to do it in California because that's where they're based? I mean, that's where the lawyer
Uh,
skills start off. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's something we'd have to ask a legit lawyer. Over on the Streamlabs, thank you, Evolved Potato. If you don't want a squirrel pick, have it be Galactus wearing a squirrel skull.
Jesus, that's a frightening image. But
Yeah, I'm
okay.
not drawing.
Well, it's better than a Galactus helmet on a squirrel's head.
I would draw
'Cause
that though.
That's terrifying. If you would draw that and you let me, I will use that as my avatar.
Oh hell yeah.
Really quick
Yeah,
up
but,
there, Jake.
References and Galactus references and be fine.
Hey,
Well-
Far, what do you charge for avatar or doing somebody's avatar?
One moment. One
Sure.
icon is $12.
Yeah, you take PayPal.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell you what, if you draw something like that up, don't make it exactly Galactus's helmet, but something similar. I'll pay you the $12 so I can
Oh.
use that as my avatar.
Awesome.
Isn't
So
it-
robot head. Got it.
See, this is the kind of situation where I get extra upset with what they do with Marvel characters these days because it could be a Squirrel Girl something, but Squirrel Girl's such a stupid character and not fun anymore. Do you know what I mean? Because it was started as a fun kind of jokey character, like when Aunt May was the Herald of Galactus or whatever. You know, you could do something with that, but who wants to like have that as their avatar now? It would be like having Kamala Khan as your avatar. Fuck that. Jake Thompson asked, "Is that mistletoe under the bar?" Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The reason why is because I didn't want to have it hanging over the bar so I could non-consensually sexually assault, according to Christmas tradition, anybody that happened by that I thought would be a good idea to, do such for. But I couldn't find the right one to fit over the bar, if you know what I mean. Like, right image. I'm still going to keep going. So I hung it underneath the bar over there, and so somebody can sit down with a nice young lady crisscross from across the bar, and then when he feels the moment is right, go under and say, "Hey, you realize what's under the bar here?" You see? It's all maneuvering.
Thank you on the Streamlabs, Frank, for the donation. So did they donate Sinatra's money? Also, this is why Far needs the Streamlabs.
Mhm.
Also, I know you're not a fan of the art, but is anyone else here into manga? And then it cuts off. Hold on. I gotta open it up in the other.
I like manga. I like it enough.
I've read some, but it's not really my thing. I can see why people like it. It's just not for me.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, I don't like all of it because it's like there's definite crap in there, but yeah, you can say that for anything.
Or anime. I've been really into Black Clover and recommend it. I've never heard of Black Clover. But yeah, like I said, I'm not real into anime or manga.
I used to be when I was younger. Like, it was definitely a thing when I was a lot younger, but eh.
Gyokado asked if the mistletoe's under the bar for blowjobs at the bar stools.
No.
There will be no blowjobs at the bar because I'm standing immediately on the other side of it. I don't know. That's
Yeah, please. That'll make us so uncomfortable. Please don't do that.
we have an
Clearly-
alley and a back room for such things.
That is clearly for midgets to make out under.
Hey Jack, have you ever seen this thing? Or anybody in chat ever seen this thing? Where's my play capture? There it is. Look at that. It's the world's greatest squirrel feeder.
But we're gonna see it in a minute, probably.
I know. That's what I said.
Is it a wood chipper?
No.
Oh.
Wow, you really are suicidal for a squirrel, Jack.
I fucking hate those things, man. That stupid thing runs over.
They're delightful little scamps of the woodlands. Leave them alone, man. Jesus.
Scamps of the woodlands. If you're out hunting, those things will rat you out.
Oh my god. Yeah, that is great.
Well, that thing's terrifying.
The thing is, look, they got to stick their head up inside because that's where you put the seed on the little shelf up there. So look, it looks like they're wearing a giant helmet whenever they go to get the food.
I hope it has a blade that chops their heads off.
God damn it, Jack. Jesus.
Why did I know you were gonna make that suggestion?
I moved
How did I
a
know?
long distance away, and there's another fucking squirrel, or possibly the
what,
same
Jack?
one. I don't
Well,
know.
guess what, Jack? It's America. You've got squirrels everywhere.
I know, and I hate them everywhere I go.
Well, you know what? You know what? I can actually kind of sympathize. I don't particularly like quokkas, so.
Listen, they're not.
Only thing is not everywhere.
Brown coat Boaz is tree rats. They're treetop whitetails. Different.
No, they're tree rats. They're socially acceptable rats. That's all they are. They have poofy tails. They carry the same diseases, and I want to slaughter them in wholesale.
Ductator, thank you very much for the $10. Let's get fucked up. Shots all around. Very nice. And that, I think, is my new favorite pop-up GIF. It's, you guys will see it in a minute. It's the one of Jessica Alba in her stripper outfit from Sin City 2.
Oh, that, yeah.
Yeah, where she grabs the bottle of vodka, and it shows a full body shot upwards as she takes a slug right out of the bottle.
She is quite the specimen of femininity.
Yeah, and keeping in mind, that's her in her 30s after 2 fucking kids in Sin City 2. I mean, damn. That's keeping it together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And she's a billionaire. Like, that chick is the whole package.
Yeah. She actually literally is. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah, like, not only do I want to touch her no-nos, she popped back after squirting out a couple of kids. She's got a ton of money, and she looks like she's got lots of daddy issues.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the tip, Frank. What about Foamy the Squirrel? Foamy? Do you know Foamy the Squirrel, Jack?
I'm unfamiliar with that.
Yeah, so am I, Frank. I don't know who...
What? Yeah, what is that? Is that like a squirrel with rabies or something?
Yeah, he's foaming at the mouth. That's what's going on. I don't... They're adorable tree rats.
They're not adorable.
What?
I don't know if it's the actual thing, but I'm disturbed.
Is this some furry business? Is that like disturbing like that?
No, I don't think so anyway. It's just more, I don't really know.
Well, tell us what it says. Grin and bear it.
What's the result?
What?
I spelled squirrel wrong, I'm pretty sure as well, but I don't really care. It got the same results.
It's a YouTube channel. Been around before YouTube, actually. Foamy the Squirrel is hilarious. Zombie Teddy and Bubba Hotep are saying, And Brown Coat Boaz, Foamy's awesome. Wow, that's news to me, man. Pre-YouTube memes.
Is this something old like Strong Bad?
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm definitely would never have heard of this then if it's pre-YouTube. So that's before my time.
Oh, thank you, Evil One, for posting these saucy Asians.
I got a story here that might remind you of something, Far.
Oh boy.
Just, it's a short story, but...
Will it remind me of Jahan's?
No. Maybe. No. Okay. Man suffers burns when gasoline is added to barrel fire.
Oh god. You fucker.
Man suffers burns when Darwin comes in.
Okay. Disastrous explosion shit are you thinking this is reminding me of? Because it's reminding me of a lot of them.
Well, I'll just,
Which one? Is it the ones involving my father? Is it those?
No, I wouldn't judge the man who supplies Dad Zeus me brand liquor. It's not at all.
And then pours, like, what, fucking kerosene on a burn-off in a backyard?
Well, see, I thought this was a particularly fall-style story because, you know, these things tend to happen when people are collecting, and this one happened in fall. So this is a super short story from Windham, Maine, where a man in his 50s suffered burns late Saturday morning while burning material in a barrel at 7 Wilderness Way in Windham. Windham Fire Chief Brent Libby said the man apparently added gasoline to the fire, causing the unexpectedly causing the flames to flash upwards. The man was taken to Maine Medical Center in Portland with non-life-threatening injuries. Like, really?
No, he has a life-threatening injury. It's called being a dumbass.
You don't add fucking accelerant to an already burning fire because obvious reasons that I learned in Boy Scouts. You know, I mean,
Yeah, I've seen people
Yeah,
do shit like
because
this in
of
real life.
reasons. My dad learnt the hard way, you know?
Yeah, we all know somebody that's done stuff like this, and I've seen it several times. And every time I'm like, "You're gonna die," and I just wait for it because I'm
Mhm.
thinking like, "You're an idiot."
Yeah, dad nearly blew himself up doing something like this.
now,
In the backyard!
which is the fire? This is the story that we want to hear. Which is the one that he dropped his phone into?
That was one afterwards. That was
was
like
the
a
one
couple of years afterwards.
So that wasn't the burnout that he added the kerosene to.
No. That was
Okay.
a different fire entirely that he dropped his
Ah.
phone in.
I thought
Your
that
dad needs to stay away from fire.
Well, here's the thing. The only reason the burn-offs happen is because of the storms that'll happen every year. So we always get just random shit in the yard, like branches and all that sort of stuff. So it kind of needs to go somewhere, which is why it gets burnt. And he is the only one that really does it. But in saying that, though, my dad is also kind of a pyromaniac.
You mean he's awesome?
What?
I know,
Somebody
right?
that
What a
throws-
surprise! Wow.
Someone that throws gasoline on fires being a pyro?
No, it wasn't gasoline. It was kerosene.
Oh yeah, that makes a difference.
Fucking kerosene. No, he was very specific about it. He's like, no, it's kerosene. It's different from gasoline.
It makes it better. It makes it better. Trust me. It's
Yeah.
not weird.
Yeah, no, I know, right? But oh god, no, but that's why he ends up playing fire though, because it's just kind of a thing that needs to be done. It's just the only problem is sometimes it kind of fucks around with it a bit too much.
Yeah, I knew a kid that would do shit like that in Boy Scouts, and at one point during summer camp, he lit an M80 and went to throw it, and it got stuck on his glove, almost blew 2 of his fingers off. Like they were barely still there, and we had to take him. We had to do the first aid, then take him to a camp counselor who had to run to the only phone in the place and call 911. Took like 45 minutes before an ambulance showed up.
Oh my god.
And he never did have quite the same control on those 2 fingers ever again.
Mm.
But yeah, that's just what you get for being a dumbass.
Yeah.
Thank you, Evolved Potato, for putting all of our links in chat. That's greatly appreciated.
Yeah, man, appreciate that.
Yeah, and if anybody's interested in avatars or other commissions or awesome t-shirts, they should go check out Far's wicked cool TeePublic store. It's all over there. Your commission...
Oh, and DM me on Twitter for the commission parts.
Okay. Yeah, or DM Far on
just-
Twitter for the commissions. I was going to say your commission fees aren't over there. There's like nowhere to put it, right?
Yeah, I mean the only way to put that is if I sold the commission sheet, you know.
That's what
wanna
you should.
fucking buy that.
That's what you should do.
I
Put
buy my commission sheet.
no. Put the commission sheet up as a sticker that you're selling, just so people can see it, and always have it as the number one thing, and put it at like $5,000 so no one will ever buy it. And then in the description, write, "This is not actually an item for sale. This is the only way I could put my commission prices."
No, but actually sell it as a sticker and a t-shirt at regular price.
Oh my god.
Somebody will fucking buy that.
I know, and that's why I don't want to put it up. You know, because it's like this isn't meant for sale.
See, if all potato
And
gets
people are
it.
gonna fucking buy it. It's gonna be fucking
Yeah,
weird.
if
I
you,
really find it weird that you bought a pocket feeder shirt. I'm not gonna lie. Like I never thought anyone
Well,
would do that.
that
but
has
here you are.
sparked several conversations, mostly at Walmart.
I'm not surprised that it's mostly at Walmart.
That reminds me, chat. Far has a Christmas edition pocket fetus coming.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
That's been
Yeah.
completed for a little bit.
Yeah, she's already finished it, but have you put it up yet? Is it live?
No, I haven't put it up yet. I'm waiting for December.
No, we gotta get it by Christmas. It takes like 2 weeks for those fuckers to get around to it.
The Christmas tide season has begun. Don't you see the bar? Look at the Judy Garland. It's Christmas.
Well, okay, fine. The Judy Garland has called me. Fine.
Yeah.
After the stream, it'll go up. All right.
Yeah,
All right, that's better.
We got candy canes places and poinsettias and all sorts of stuff. Okay, of all potatoes, as far your dad seems awesome. I agree. I've been saying this for a while. Any man that knows how to build stuff, has a whole bunch of carpentry tools, distills liquor, and lights fires in his own backyard. It's pretty awesome in my book. I can't burn fires in my own. Somebody said actually a while back related to this moron in Maine that it's illegal to have barrel fires in Maine, and I'm like, Jesus, he was breaking the law too. Fucking Jesus, man. It's not enough that you nearly killed yourself. You were also breaking the law in doing so, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I have some stories for fun. I've got a quick Thanksgiving story, actually.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Let me see. It's not cooperating. Oh, my God. What?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, what the hell just happened? Brown Coat Boa says, Judy Garland, now I get it.
It took you a little bit, but you got there in the end.
Holy fuck.
Oh, jeez.
I love that so much.
Yeah, same. It's the Judy Garland.
Yeah.
Remember how it took my mom a little bit to get it?
Yeah, of course.
She's like looking at it, it's like, what is this? Like, it's the Judy Garland. Oh my god.
All right, here's the if I hadn't gone to the New York Post to look for stories for today, just fun barroom talk stories, right? And the New York Post is great for shit like that because they're so trashy, I wouldn't have known this because I checked in on the news today, but none of them covered this. Donald Trump secretly flew to Afghanistan to feed the troops.
Yeah.
On Thanksgiving.
Did you see the article that was put out originally? Is that he went golfing and then they had to issue a retraction?
You're fucking kidding me.
No, I'll find out.
Oh my god.
Like, here he is on the cover of the New York Post, right? This is their late final. Serving troops like Thanksgiving dinner instead of like sitting at the White House or whatever. And I didn't see this on any of the news sources I usually check as, now get this, guys, as legitimate news sources. And I just called the New York Post trashy. Yeah, well, they're the only ones that I saw. Maybe others did and I just didn't see it. But this is the only one I saw today that even reported on this. Maybe that's why, what Jack said. They were all reporting on him golfing and missed the fact that...
Yeah, and they had to retract it. It's like, oh shit, he didn't actually go golfing, guys.
Yeah, actually, he's doing something pretty fucking patriotic. I mean, like I was saying to Far before he went live, what president wouldn't look good doing this? It's an awesome look. You're not sitting around enjoying some like great Thanksgiving dinner at the White House. You're off feeding the troops. You look awesome. And that's why they don't want to report on it. Can't make the racist, bigot, sexist, homophobe, Islamophobe, xenophobe look good.
Here, pal, I'll throw a link to Donald Jr.'s Twitter feed. He posted it side by side.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. I want to see that. Hold on. It's inside chat.
Yeah.
Of all potatoes says, I don't get it. What's so funny about Judy Garland? Well, you see, Judy Garland is, of course, her name. And it's a bunch of little Judy Garland faces on a garland. So it's a Judy Garland garland.
Yeah, that green thing is called a garland. It's decorative. That's all the deeper the joke goes.
Yeah, it's a bad pun, man. It's nothing more than that.
But it's fantastic.
We are all we're all very easily amused here.
Yeah, it's a dad joke come to life. That's it. It's a visual dad joke.
It's one of the only acceptable ones. It's fine. Oh, God.
Now, let's see this Twitter feed.
Fake
here.
news gonna fake.
Well, Gokado says they don't announce when presidents or PMs go to war zones. Yeah, I hear you. Until when you said after they left or until they've already arrived, kind of thing. Because if they're in the green zone or whatever safe zone they've identified, they're pretty well off. But I hear you. They usually don't announce a departure so people don't have time to get ready. The thing being is that the New York Post is reporting on it with photography. And I can't wait till this Donald Trump Jr. tweet comes up to see the differences, because apparently they were reporting that he was elsewhere with anonymous sources close to the matter.
An anonymous source that's full of shit? Oh my god, I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
And you have a strong idea of who populates Twitter, right? Because Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez will tweet something moronic that she tweets, and it'll get like 125,000 likes and several tens of thousands of retweets. This has only got 12,000 retweets and 38,000 likes. None of the, like, Trump's support base is just not on Twitter, man. Oh, Jesus. Newsweek. Oh, God.
Yeah, Donald Trump posted a great one. He's like, I thought Newsweek went out of business.
Really?
Yeah.
There we are. All right, here, take a look, chat, for those of you who haven't seen it already. Play capture. There it is. How's Trump spending Thanksgiving? Tweeting, golfing, and more. As with any other day of the year, Trump will probably be tweeting or expressing his opinions in another way. On Thanksgiving...
Wait, so they're not even saying this is what he's doing. They're saying this is probably what he's going to be doing.
Yeah.
Like, really?
And like, look at him here. He's serving the food. I mean, like he's in a soup kitchen or something, because he's the commander-in-chief. I mean, it's just, Jessica Kwong, you're a miserable, bitter bitch. But honestly, I don't blame you. Your editor needs to be replaced, because the fact they let you write this crap and approved it being put up is vomit-worthy. This is just, really? You're guessing at what he's doing based upon your own fucking hatred of him?
Well, the headline implies that he is tweeting, golfing, and more.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, the first sentence kind of debunks that, but how many people are going to read the actual article?
Yeah.
It turns out he's hanging out in Afghanistan with a bunch of guys serving their country, so...
You're going to get Snopes in on this and CNN's experts in on this and going, well, actually, if you want to know, Donald Trump did have a golf club in his hands while he was over in Afghanistan. So, he really was golfing.
Golfing in Afghanistan seems legit.
They'll do whatever they need to, man. It doesn't. These are the people that fact check the height of burger stacks, Yeah,
that was so lazy. Like, don't you people have something better to do? Like, I have better things to do, and I'm unemployed.
Yeah. I don't get it. I mean, I don't get the perspective that brings people to this kind of place in their life, man. Holy fuck.
Well, it's a sad world with sad little people in it.
So would you rather talk about what the strippers and Hunter Biden are doing, or would you rather talk about a ridiculous clown looking like a ridiculous clown regarding how much he owes in child support?
Are they the same thing?
No, they're not the same thing.
Either way, they're both pretty fun.
Okay, a quick second here. Let's go with the stripper story, shall we?
Okay.
Because it relates to the fake news thing we were just talking about. Remember when I don't even remember her name. The fucking half-crazed woman who was going on every network, especially CNN, because that was the most memorable interviews, claiming that Donald Trump sexually assaulted and raped her at a...
Oh, God, that bitch. The one that wrote the story that was, like, straight-up fan fiction.
Yeah.
Like, I swear I could have seen that in a shitty fan fiction.
Yeah.
Written by a 14-year-old.
She used it as... she used the media's hatred of Donald Trump to promote the book that she was writing and included a, like you said, fanfic style story in the book, so everyone would bring her on as the newest accuser of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, wait, is this the chick that told Anderson Cooper, "You're real interesting to talk to"?
That's the one.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Now, I don't know what this story contains, but you goddamn well know that if this was about Don Jr. or Trump himself, that this story, they'd be all over it until the fucking well ran dry and then digging at the bottom of the well for more water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Strippers allegedly used sex toy on Hunter Biden at New York City's Hustler Club.
Yeah, I heard
Wait,
about
is this the one where it's like they're shoving shit up his ass at a bar?
Yes.
This is all news to me, so let's find out for those of us who haven't heard about things going up Hunter Biden's butt.
I wish I'd never knew. Like, this is stuff like, you don't do this at bars. Again, don't do this at Noir Bar. You'll be promptly kicked out. Just saying.
Well, Rotten Corp says, wait, you can golf while deployed? Shit, I got screwed on my deployment to Afghanistan. I think officers get that extra special treatment, you know? After all, the country's one giant sand trap. Why not work on your golf skills? You know what I mean?
Might as well while you're there.
Yeah, and Pete says, the rape is sexy woman. Yep, that one. My God. And didn't you do a pre-live interview? And even after that, you were still willing to go live with this obviously really deranged woman.
Yeah.
Well, let's see how deranged Hunter Biden gets with anal sex toys, shall we? Hunter Biden spent several $1,000s at a Manhattan strip club during a pair of visits, including one that sent a staffer scrambling to buy a sex toy so strippers could use it on them, sources told the Post on Wednesday. Oh, so anonymous sources, the most trustworthy kind, right?
Yeah, right?
Biden, who's been dogged by a series of strip club allegations uncovered by the Post this week, was accompanied by a woman both times he went to Larry Flint's Hustler Club, New York City, and Hell's Kitchen about a year ago, the sources said. On each occasion, he and his companion holed up, puns, in a private room where they ordered bottles of pricey booze and were joined by several strippers, sources said. During one particularly wild night, workers suspected Biden, son of former Vice President Joe Biden, the frontrunner in the Democratic Party race to challenge President Donald Trump, was high. And he was warned that drugs weren't allowed on the premises. Stick to beer like I am, Hunter. That same night, actually this is cider, but whatever. That same night, a worker had been sent out to purchase a dildo so the gals could use it on Hunter, the sources said. The gals. I love that. They're the gals.
The gal pals?
Yeah.
No, never call them that. That's just no.
One of the other articles about this mentioned that he was smoking crack and having the bar staff stick things in his butt. So,
God, out of all the drugs you choose, why fucking crack?
Well, let's see if they actually mention crack specifically in the rest of the story here. I mean, that gets pretty extreme. Fucking crack, really, Hunter?
Yeah, but it's like, you have money to buy expensive booze, and you're going out and getting crack?
Yeah, but he's done crack before.
Mm-hmm. That same night, a worker had been sent out to purchase a dildo. So I read that. It's unclear if the club didn't have a similar device on hand, or if he insisted on a brand new one, fresh out of the package. Despite gross.
Well, would you want a dildo that was at a strip club shoved anywhere in any orifice of yours?
I would not want that anywhere near me. Thank you very much.
That would be the grossest thing ever.
Yeah, I mean,
used
sex toys are already gross anyway, right?
Yeah, but they might as well just have a hobo.
Use stripper sex toys? That's a whole other level of disgusting.
No, you get a bum to lick your asshole before you use the stripper's dildo, and then it completes the circle of gross.
These are all disgusting things.
Despite the lurid allegations, Hunter was described.
This isn't fun, Polly.
Well, it's almost over. Hunter was described as an almost ideal customer. He was a pretty nice guy, one source said. He was pretty friendly and a pretty good tipper. I see what you did there. He said tipper. Hunter's personal lawyer and spokesman, George Meserizes, didn't return messages seeking comment on late Wednesday afternoon. Jack, where else? You said you read stories about this or heard of stories elsewhere. Where elsewhere? Do you remember?
No.
I'm just wondering because
we read this on Monkey in the Morning the other day.
Yeah, that's where I remember this from. You guys read it, and I vaguely heard it in the background. I'm like, okay, that's a thing that's happened.
Yeah.
Moving on with my life.
That's a pretty wild story, man. it's not so much as they describe them, lurid details of the story that blow my mind. It's how it's trashy Page 6 that's talking about it.
Yep.
It's not.
Yeah, like this isn't
it's not
interesting news in any way.
Well, no,
like beyond it just being a curiosity of like, dude bought a sex toy specifically to have it shoved up his ass by strippers.
Yeah, but I mean that's the whole point. The stories of what Donald Trump did X amount of years ago with Stormy Daniels are just lurid personal details. Who cares? What the fuck is going on? The same thing is true of the details of Monica Lewinsky and Bill Clinton. Like, the media, they're scumbags. Like, that's my point. But they're selective scumbags. We'll report on every fucking thing that we can find, no matter how made up or what kind of crazy person it comes from when it's Donald Trump. When it's Hunter Biden, well, these are Republican talking points, and they're not worth discussing. Oh, of course not. Why would the son of the lead candidate in the Democratic race for the nomination, why would that matter? It's not like he's embroiled in a Ukraine scandal right now. It's not like he's constantly being talked about in the impeachment of the president right now. No, this isn't an important figure at all.
Polly, there's nothing to see here. The media said so.
I know.
And I trust the media. Right,
Why
guys?
wouldn't you? They're the only ones allowed to look into some things.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not like we have cops or anything.
That's gross. That's fucking gross.
Well, I find this story weirdly believable.
Yeah. Wish it wasn't, but degeneracy and all.
See, this is why I wish I had a lower latency. Jesus fucking Christ, that's not a real person, is it?
What?
Who is it that put this in chat? E-Bombs World. Just a picture of beautiful people from around the world, and that's meant ironically.
What, from Walmarts or all around the world?
No, not necessarily. Some of these people are in cars and should be in petting zoos and the like.
Jesus.
I mean, I'd show it to you, but Jesus Christ, it's going to be 15 seconds per fucking image delayed, so it kind of ruins the point. I don't know. So, Jack.
Yo.
I forgot to ask, how was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, I didn't do anything.
You didn't even have a turkey sandwich? Nothing?
No turkey. Let's see, I went to the Chinese buffet, and then I hung out with one of my relatives, actually a couple of my relatives, and then came home and read a couple comic books and went on Lords of the Night, and then here I am.
Nice. So family time, that's a good thing. And I did Chinese buffet one year for, was that Thanksgiving or was that Christmas Eve? No, that was Christmas Eve. Because the Chinese are always open,
Yeah, those Buddhists, man, they don't give a shit about your Jesus holiday. And it's great. I have spent probably the past 15 years spending Christmas and Thanksgiving with the Asians.
And the Jews.
No, there really aren't any out around that time. It's mostly single divorced guys.
Really?
Yeah, the single guys that are lonely and the divorced guys that are bitter. It's pretty great.
It's an ongoing tradition for a lot of Jews around where I live. And there's a lot of Jewish people around where I live. They're not celebrating Christmas, obviously. And neither are the Chinese, if they're traditional in any kind of way. And the Chinese restaurants are open, so Jewish people tend to go for Chinese on Christmas Day. It's like traditional in a weird way.
I never really, I don't really hang out in what's considered the Jewish districts. So
you don't hang out.
Wow, you keep them segregated in your town, do you?
Well, you can usually tell because
they're out of the gulags.
I can't afford the good restaurants. It's just a fact of life. It's usually me and a couple of black dudes and some really obvious divorced dads.
Ouch.
Over on the Streamlabs, thank you, Evolved Potato. I will soon be a proud owner of a Pocket Fetus shirt. Also get a Streamlabs far.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I refuse to be bullied.
He just bought one of your shirts. So you should probably say thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you, but I still refuse to be bullied.
It's not bullying. They want to give you money.
But they're bullying me into it.
See? Brown Coat Boaz backs me up there. Chinese restaurants are Christmas tradition for Jews. Yeah, absolutely. At least,
Yeah.
I don't know. Around here they are. I love this scare tactic story over at the New York Post. Cyber criminals are offering Black Friday bargains on the dark web.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh shit, not the dark web.
Yeah. Black Friday deals have spread to the black market retailers hawking drugs, stolen data, and fake IDs online.
Sweet, I can get that Black Friday deal on those drugs, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Half off.
Half off that crack cocaine.
You know what I'm tired of? This picture. Display capture. There we go. The guy with the hoodie and his face is completely darked out, sitting at a computer with the Matrix bullshit falling in front of him. And so this has become like the universal symbol for a hacker or anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, journalists, you can't find something better on your third-party Getty image site or whatever the fuck it is you're using. Why don't you just have a guy's back staring at the computer screen where you don't show his face? Why is it always this hooded menacing figure?
Ominous. They need to make it look ominous.
Wow.
Also, like, I just want to say though, Zelthor, is that you?
What?
Is that you, buddy? Sitting in that computer screen with the hoodie?
It does look a lot like his avatar,
It really does.
You know what they never show is the fact that usually the computer hacker's some big fat dude.
Yeah. I mean, I'd believe it more if it was like some really fucking fat neckbeard with a Guy Fawkes mask, you know?
It's got to be a really fat dude stuffing his face full of Doritos.
He has a neck beard. He's wearing a fedora. He's got his anime waifu pillow in the background.
Yeah, and he's wearing like a wrist support because he's got carpal tunnel from dicking around on the computer too much.
Yeah.
Right?
On both hands. Are they going to look like their fingerless gloves?
Duck Dog says, watch out, the snitch is here. What, Monkey's here?
Yeah, Monkey's in the chat.
Is he? That was a guess. Awesome.
His fingers aren't even on the keys. They're not.
No, they're not.
Oh,
It's showing his true hacker prowess, you know? He doesn't even have to touch the keys.
You don't see the glow coming up onto his palms and fingertips. That's supposed to symbolize that his fingers are hot from all the hacking, you see.
Yeah, like he's got that hacking magic going on.
Let's just see what so-and-so says here. The annual discounting bonanza of legitimate businesses is now also a staple of the internet underworld, digital security firm co-founder James Chappelle said on Sky News. We've seen the same strategies that online retailers and physical retailers use, being used in these criminal markets.
Okay, it's criminal, but it's a business still, guys. Yeah. Of course, they're gonna do weird shit to keep their business alive, you know.
For what they're describing, that picture should have been a sweaty Nigerian guy in a cyber cafe.
Like after this, like that quote that I just read, it says Chappelle, whose company is called Digital Shadows. Okay, so digital security firm James Chappelle. His is his company name. This is a fucking advertisement article.
Yeah. That really is. Fuck, dude.
This Chappelle guy just approached the New York Post and said, hey, did you know that Black Friday, which is a topical story right now, is something that we do and that this criminal underworld is also doing it? If you use my company's name, I'll tell you all about it. This is him using shill media to promote himself.
Well, actually, I take back the fuck you. That's actually really smart if you think about it.
Well, I'm not trying to say news entertainers are above this sort of thing. They're clearly not.
No, but it's just kind of like... What's the bet he didn't even, like, have to pay them for the advertisement? They just took it hook, line, and sinker, and he's like, yes, free advertisement.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually pretty smart, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's just straight up free advertisement.
Hey, Polly, I threw a story in the side chat there.
All right. Just mosey on over there and grab it. I've got a story that I'm not even sure where it goes, but just from the headline, it caught my interest. Jack, do you know what an AR-7 is?
It's a firearm, I believe.
It is. Does it ring a bell at all?
Vaguely, but otherwise, no.
It's a just bring up the picture here. It's not.
It sounds familiar, but
I was
could point it out at a lineup.
I was. This is in the New York Post business section, and readers fired up. I see what you did there. After post column about AR-7 Christmas ad. The AR-7 is a survival rifle. In chat, you can see the picture of it there now. It's the whole front part of it here comes apart and then unscrews there and the barrel comes out. And then all of that stuff can be stored inside the stock. So it's no longer from here to here. It's a survival downed pilot rifle. And the reason it's called an AR-7 is what makes it cool, additionally, is that it's an original Eugene Stoner design, the lead designer at Armalite for the AR series of rifles, including most famously the AR-15, Armalite Model 15. This was the AR Model 7 that they developed for the Air Force at their request for a small, compact, light survival rifle. Everything stows away really nice. It floats because, down pilots and all. And I can't wait to see, and it's in 22. It's a little plinker. It's a survival gun for shooting squirrels. You know what I mean? I can't wait to see what they...
Yeah, I want one now.
It's a cool little gun. I'd like one, just for the history of it. It's a unique little camp gun. It's not much more than that. Let's see how infamous they make this sound.
First, let me say that you need to stop ignoring Ebony because she's getting annoyed with you in chat.
Oh, hold on. Ebony Williams, Polydub, you bastard. You are ignoring me! Triple exclamation mark. No, I'm not.
Yes,
not anymore.
I am drunk, so drunk, I cannot get up.
Thank you very much, RVA Dar, for the tip. Replace the potato, and No Bad Far does not have a Streamlabs. Oh, and Row Bad Far does not have a Streamlabs. Far, one way or another, you're being called out for not having a Streamlabs. That's 3. That's her resigning to the facts, chat. No, Ebony, I'm not ignoring you at all. And Manic says, Polly, say hi to Ebony, you butt. I just did. Hey, Ebony, happy belated Thanksgiving and a Merry Christmas tide to you. Because it's the Christmas season, if you can't tell from all the bar decorations.
If you can't tell with Judy Garland. It's the Judy Garland signals Christmas time.
Yes, the Judy Garland is awesome. And the thing that I like about it is even when I'm sharing the screen off to the left here, you can still see the Judy Garland. So it was a good suggestion of Forrest to hang it over the chat like so.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I
just really like it.
So this rifle is now was produced originally by Armalite, but the license to make it was went over to Henry Rifles. So on Instagram, designed for backpackers, bush pilots, and everything in between. We don't recommend leaving the beaten path without an AR-7 in tow. Tag someone who'd love to see an AR-7 under their Christmas tree in the comments. Okay, it's a little camp backpacking gun because it camps away really small. Last column, in which I expressed a moderate view on gun control, touched a raw nerve like no dentist ever did with the ammo-loving crowd. And I'm starting to change my views on this issue, but not in a way that the gun lovers will like. Really?
Oh boy.
This is not starting good.
No, this is like, they've already made a dentist pun thing, it's like, this isn't gonna go anywhere good.
Ah, RVA Dar says that was supposed to be bad. Bad far.
Oh. I see.
You've been
I'm still
publicly
being
shamed.
bullied.
And Browncoat Boaz really wants a Judy Garland shirt. I think I can make that happen in time for Christmas. That's a good kick in the ass to get it my merch store started before Christmas starts. Who wants some Noir Bar stuff? I don't think anybody wants comic book curation stuff. I think they want Noir Bar stuff because it's actually cool. Sexy ladies, cool dudes, fancy looking bars, a Judy Garland, Anyway. Back to the story. Huh?
First thing I think of is a Judy Garland.
Well, yeah, that could be like their Christmas. That could be like their ugly Christmas T-shirt, like an ugly Christmas sweater. They break it out, and it's
the Judy Garland.
Yes.
Well, I don't know how you go about selling that though, because you didn't technically make the Judy Garland, did you?
I could make a better Judy Garland.
Oh, you could make a better Judy Garland?
Yes. That's a pretty makeshift Judy Garland. I know I have a tendency to go overboard with detail on these things, but I can keep myself in check. It's fine.
Right. Are you trying to convince yourself or us?
Both.
Myself.
Both.
Myself. It's I was saying it out loud as like a mantra. Keep it in check. Keep it in check. Okay.
I can do this. I can make the Judy Garland. I can make the best Judy Garland that there will ever be.
So back to this guy who's changed his opinion to something that gun lovers will not like. As a reminder, in that column, I took offense to a company selling a rifle with a sales pitch, nothing says Merry Christmas like an AR-7. Irrelevant. Totally unacceptable. Okay.
Okay.
I also said in that column, it's time to stop selling assault weapons that can kill a lot of people in a short period of time. Whatever you say, man. I didn't, as many readers allege, say that the AR-7 was one of those weapons. Two different issues. But I guess a lot of people were looking for a fight. I also made it clear that I understand the allure of guns and how they fit into family traditions. That brought out some deep thinkers in the gun crowd. Like this guy who wrote, quote, "You forgot to include what size panties you wear in your AR-7 article." So that both of your friends could get you a proper gift for Christmas.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. To which he responds, "Wow, what wit. A double zinger. But how did he know about my undergarments? Have you been looking in my window?" No, sir. You have the wit. Stop giving it out to your readers. It's clearly you. Many of the emails came in the middle of the night, so it was probably the booze writing. Okay. So, after all the notes I got, I now believe I'm being too modern on this issue. There are so many people who were too cavalier about gun ownership and maybe shouldn't own them. Cavalier, for the panty guy, means showing a lack of proper concern, since I'm sure you'll have to look it up. Well, you're talking to a gun lover and an ammo lover right now. Do you want me to tell you who the Cavaliers were originally and what they're named after? And that's just a common, popular, modern usage of the word. You ignorant, condescending, New York elitist son of a bitch. Motherfucker.
I feel like you're holding back, Polly.
Well, I mean, just seriously, could you be more of a condescending? Because you're probably going to have to look this word up that I know so well. Like, fuck you. Anyway, I didn't mention that this is my...
These kinds of people.
What's that?
You know what they're like. Like, they're just going to keep doing this. And try to be the most condescending people ever.
Yeah. Anyway, this... I didn't mean to mention this in my last column, but I've known President Trump. Congratulations, you managed to bring up Donald Trump. Well fucking done.
Well, of course.
I didn't mention this in my last column, but I've known President Trump for more than 30 years, and I know that he reads the Post and my column regularly. Yeah, he's been involved in a non-stop "you bastards are slandering me" thing for decades. You're a New York elitist, just like I said. It's shocking that you, as a newspaper columnist who constantly talks trash about Donald Trump, would have known the guy who's been a fucking New York real estate developer for like ever. Anyway. When Trump is reelected, he will no longer need the support of the NRA or gun owners because 2020 will be his last election. So maybe the president can then be convinced to change his views on guns in general and automatic rifles in particular. Automatic, you miserable New York elitist cocksucker who claims to know detailed meanings of words but made an obvious fuck up like that everyone's going to jump on you for. Because Donald Trump has the same opinion on automatic weapons that most of us do. They're prohibited, available in really limited numbers, and are difficult to get and cost multiple tens of thousands of dollars. There's like 40,000 of them in the country, and that's it. And they're all owned by very few people. What? You can't get automatic weapons. Did you mean semi-automatic? I think you did. Trump is a reasonable man, and the country may be one mass shooting away from revisiting the Second Amendment. I'll probably give him a call.
Right. Sure. And then everybody claps, right?
Yeah, exactly. The country's nowhere close to revisiting the Second Amendment. There's no conceivable path forward that describes what you're talking about. I mean, seriously, you live in New York. It's got crime through the fucking roof. when it comes to handguns in particular? Do you want to carry on and on and on more about the automatic weapons? How many handguns cause murders in New York City every fucking year? Dwarfing the amount of school shooting victims. But you never talk about that. Why not? You've got gun control through the roof. I thought it worked. Fuck you, buddy. I don't, what's the big deal about somebody wanting to buy a camping backpacking rifle? Why would you write that up as an article anyway? Because you thought everyone was going to applaud you?
Clearly.
For noticing that this really shouldn't be part of Christmas tradition? I mean, oh my God, it's a gun. Yeah, the first gun that I ever got, I got for Christmas from my dad. What's your point? Like, what the fuck's your point? That shouldn't happen in proper families like yours, because yours is the measure of what a family should be like. I mean, you're not a condescending elitist at all. I mean, what standard are you using that's wrong? What's wrong with that? Anyway,
did you want to move on to something fun?
Yes, I do.
So, well, we have the choice of either another person that is fucking insane, or WikiHow.
Another what that's insane?
You know who I'm referring to.
Oh.
Start to the J.
Yeah.
And to the Ahans.
That was subtle.
Yeah, I know, right?
Let's check out a WikiHow article.
Alright. So I've got the 3 that are remaining that I've had up for 3 weeks. How to stalk someone stealthily outdoors. That was from last week, though. Or last time. How to be a mistress. Or, how to appreciate Chuck Norris.
Let's go with how to appreciate Chuck Norris.
I think that's obvious. You just do it.
You go to his Wikipedia page, obviously, because that's the first thing you see.
Yes.
It's just in side chat there.
Yeah. All right. Go over here. So I was just reading this guy's original column on the AR7 thing. Just, I wonder why you got a strong reaction, John Crudell. The title is In the Business Section. In the business section. I want to make that clear. Both of these columns of his were in the business section. A nauseating Christmas ad killed my holiday spirit. I wonder why people had a strong reaction to your obvious garbage. And if you went through the article, let's say, talking about how you have a measured opinion and you have detailed, nuanced views on gun ownership, why the fuck would you use the word nauseating and killing your holiday spirit in the headline if you weren't a clickbait moron? And you're surprised that people strongly reacted to your article that was intended to cause strong reactions because you can't think of a way to be any more interesting than provoking people? Anyway, I'll have to appreciation of Chuck Norris.
There's much hate in your heart.
Well,
Why we gotta replace that with Chuck Norris.
how to appreciate Chuck Norris. Carlos Ray, Chuck Norris, is a famous American actor and martial artist who's best known for his roles in television shows and movies. Starting in the mid-2000s, he rose to prominence through internet memes, particularly the Chuck Norris jokes, and also serving as national representative of the National Rifle Association to a certain New York elitist displeasure, I'm sure. Looking past the jokes, there's a lot to appreciate about him, which you'll learn about in this article.
Step 1. Read his Wikipedia biography.
Or
It is literally the first step. Look at his fucking Wikipedia.
Wow, it actually is the first step.
Yeah, and you like that image as well of how they've drawn the laptop stuff, but they just screenshotted the Wikipedia page and pasted it right on there.
I'm starting to get a sense after looking at a bunch of WikiHow articles that they're recycling a lot of this animation stuff. Like,
likely.
Did they steal this from another WikiHow article?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. No, yeah, because a lot of it is if you notice how they draw it, they do seem to have a lot of the same art style. So I think a lot of these are drawn by the same person. But I wouldn't be surprised with the sheer amount of articles if they did recycle some of the images. Because what's probably happened is the person draws them specifically for WikiHow.
Well, let's be honest. This probably relates to an article called How to Steal Images for WikiHow.
Probably.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there's a lot more to him than just his actor roles and the internet memes.
Well, by all means, let's continue on and find out.
Yeah. Step 2. Read some of his quotes.
You just might find inspiration from them. Let's see. What's the one they've got on screen here?
I definitely feel I do have God in my corner. I've been very fortunate that way. I am very spiritual. I'm a very religious person. There's too many things in life for us to cope with without the faith of God. That's the quote you chose. I mean, nothing wrong with that necessarily, but that's the quote you chose.
Well, clearly this man is a right-wing racist bigot. I mean, he's got all the earmarks, am I right?
Oh, yeah.
If you really want to watch some Chuck Norris, just go watch Lone Wolf McQuade and get it over with. You don't have to read his fucking wiki.
Yeah, or, look for his fucking quotes. Not even, like, a normal Google search for that. You're looking at Google Images for quotes, like, with the quote right next to a picture of him. That's pretty fucking weird. Not gonna lie.
Of all potato mentions Walker, Texas Ranger, of which I've only seen, like, pieces of certain episodes. God. I've been wanting to go. I should grab the whole series and binge watch it.
I don't really like it.
Really? Have you seen a bunch of episodes?
Yes.
Yeah?
It's one of those weird things Dad really loves. Because he really loves the Western stuff, but also, like, weird shit like Walker, Texas Ranger.
How old is your dad? Is he like a million?
Like, a million years of awesome.
I want to say like mid to late 50s, I think.
Yeah. Okay. I kind of want to hang out with your dad, but
you too.
Yeah, I think everybody wants to hang out with your dad after the story you tell.
No one wants to hang out with me, but they all want to go for my dad.
Well, you can hang out too. It'll just
I don't want to hang out with my dad. It's my dad. It's fucking weird.
Yeah. If you watch Walker, Texas Ranger, it's very formulaic. It's a lot like
it is
on budget with Matlock.
Yeah.
So you can watch them back to back, and it'll feel like the 90s. Like the early 90s.
So which is the other reason why I don't particularly like it, because it makes a lot of things from the 90s just make me feel tired.
I get the feeling that see, Ryan Walters, Far's dad is cool. That's what I'm saying. The guy sets fires, distills his own liquor, is a universal handyman, owns all kinds of fucking tools, and he loves westerns and drinks and smokes. I mean, come on. This is a man's man right here. I mean, he's welcome in Noir Bar anytime. That's what I'm saying.
and he probably won't, because he'll probably dox us in a minute.
So you guys have seen this show and I haven't. But I get a feeling from it. You tell me if I'm close. Is it? You said it's formulaic, Jack. Is it formulaic in the way of like a lot of shows were from that time? Like I've seen a bunch of old shows like that, like in bits and pieces, your Simon and Simons, your A-Teams, things along those lines, where it's like guys who have a job, but they're constantly getting themselves embroiled every week with some person's problem, often a beautiful woman that's got some kind of thing, and there ends up being like a car chase and a fight, and and some guns will be shot, and they end up like saving that woman or guy's like farm, or something is about to be mortgaged off, or someone's about to steal things.
Yeah.
And then you never hear from them again after the end of that episode. Is that about it?
Yeah. There's no real reoccurring villains. Like there's a couple that show up, like,
but it's
two-parter or something. But
yeah,
it's sort of like
right.
some bad guys do some things,
Right.
and then the Texas Ranger gets involved. There's a
He
fight.
does some fucking martial arts shit.
Yeah, and then like his girlfriend or his partner will get kidnapped. He's got to rescue him. Sort of like that sort of thing. Like, it's predictable. You'll see the trends. It's very formulaic.
Oh, I forgot to mention. Oh, Pop-Tart's in chat. Hey, Pop-Tart. The Brown Coat Boaz says that he can't drink anymore, so that sucks being in a bar. We have wine and all sorts of sparkling wines if you'd like. You needn't drink the hard liquor.
We also have just plain water. It's fine.
Well,
and juice boxes.
Think about
juice boxes under the bar.
You see, you said you wouldn't tell them. I keep them here for you and you alone. All right.
Well, I'm sure just giving one away is fine, right?
If it's mixed with booze, yes, but on its own, I will not have drink boxes sitting around my hardcore late night saloon. All right.
Yeah, that doesn't look creepy.
The juice boxes are just for me, okay? I mean, yeah, it might look a little weird as I do look 14, but it's fine, right?
I could just see Far sitting there with her juice box and what are those little sandwich things with the peel top that they give to kids, like with the crackers and the cheese and the meat?
Like a Lunchable?
A Lunchable, that's it. Yeah, Far with her Lunchables and juice box. And
I don't know. You might get Monkey in there if you got Lunchables.
I have no problem with Lunchables. See, what they need to do is create adult Lunchables that aren't just packaged for kids, because what adult doesn't like cheese, crackers, and cured meats? Am I right?
Oh, they have those.
They do.
They disguise them as protein, like protein packs, and they're actually really good. Next time you're at the grocery store, check like where the lunch meats are.
Yeah.
And they have little like adult Lunchables, but they're like $2 more.
Of course. I'm all for this idea.
They have these little ones that have like almonds, cheese, and turkey in them. They're like $1.89, and then there's the bigger ones that are like Lunchable size, and they're effectively Lunchables with a different label.
I like this quote from BG. Men are like steel. When they lose their temper, they lose their worth. That's nice.
Yeah, see, that's actually a really kick-ass quote. You know, why not have that quote instead of shit about God? Which, again, nothing necessarily wrong with that. Just an odd choice.
Yeah, they just want to make him look bad.
Yeah, I get what you mean by like a saying. You want something snappy, like the quote that BG just said.
It's supposed to be how to appreciate Chuck Norris, you know?
Yeah.
Why would they be going out of their way to make him look bad?
Because he's a right-wing Christian,
right? I think that's no small part of the idea. He's not popular with a lot of fucking people, unfortunately. I love this. TOS says, I want a Sinatra Select double shot neat. That's a good selection. And then a few lines later, there's Sinatra saying, good morning, shitbags.
Morning.
What are the odds? Do you know what the chairman of the board drank, Jack?
Gin and tonic?
I just hinted it at you.
Oh, I don't know.
Jack Daniels. He drank Jack Daniels.
Okay.
So, do we want to move on to step 3? Because
yes,
we really
do.
got to finish appreciating Chuck Norris, you know?
Step number 3. Make Chuck Norris jokes. As stupid as some of them might be, making up jokes of your own can be fun. Make up some to your friends and family, and have them share some jokes of their own. Jesus. It's just...
That picture.
Yeah. Isn't it delightful how awesome he is? Yes, ha ha ha. We're just... Oh, man.
I'm trying to reload the page, because I guess I've had it up for so long that some of the images haven't actually loaded. But it's giving me issues. Like, all wiki things seem to give me issues.
Let's see. Number 4. Watch episodes of Walker, Texas Ranger on Netflix. There are 7 seasons available. Wow, 7. I thought there was like 4.
Oh, no, that show was on for like forever.
So you have a lot of episodes to choose from. You may also be able to watch episodes in syndication. No, I'd rather watch them without commercials.
No, watch them with the commercials.
No, fuck commercials.
Or we could go out of our way and find just the commercials from Walker, Texas Ranger.
Right? Number 5. Watch movies he starred in. His most famous movies include Code of Silence, The Delta Force, and Firewalker. You can also look at his profile on the Internet Movie Database for his full filmography. You didn't mention Invasion USA. That's a classic.
Yeah, Firewalker was a mediocre movie, even though it did have Louis Gossett Jr. in it. That was just like an Indiana Jones knockoff. You didn't mention Invasion USA, Lone Wolf McQuade, Forced Vengeance, all of classics.
No, he wasn't, was he? I was supposed to say, Game of Death. He wasn't in that, was he?
I don't think so.
Was he in any movie with Bruce Lee?
Yeah, he was in, shit. I don't remember.
So which one is it that I'm...
one.
Like, it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar that's in Game of Death, but I'm thinking both of them were in it, but I guess not. So what the hell?
It might have been.
Huh.
I'll look it up quick.
Okay, so this thing isn't wanting to reload at all, so I'm going to have to go through this.
Way of the Dragon.
Way of the Dragon, okay. I mean, seriously, could Chuck Norris get any cooler? He's done, like, films with, what's the name of the studio? Help me out here. Cannon. Yeah. I mean, he did a bunch of Cannon films. He's fucking big, huge gun guy. He's like, this guy's as American as baseball. I love it.
Yeah, the Missing in Action trilogy.
Yeah.
Breaker. Good Guys Wear Black. You guys are listing some of his classics here. Yeah, he's been in a ton of movies.
Wow.
I own quite a few of his movies, actually, because I'm a big B-movie fan.
Holy shit, now it's decided to load.
I like number 6. Do a roundhouse kick. This is
I know, right? It's just like
that
one
will backfire.
step. Do a roundhouse kick. That's it. That's how you appreciate Chuck Norris, guys. You got to do a roundhouse kick.
Well, it'll make you appreciate how difficult it is to do, thus appreciate Chuck all the more. That's my call.
Oh, we can't forget that he was in Dodgeball.
I've never even heard of that movie.
Dodgeball? Really?
Yeah.
With Vince Vaughn and Ben Stiller?
This isn't helping me remember this movie.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball?
Oh, yeah, I know. I've seen bits and pieces of it. That's it.
Both of you, your lives make me sad.
What?
How have you not seen this movie?
I'm sorry, I haven't. Well, did you see his 70s film, Breaker 7-9 or Breaker 10-4, whatever the fuck?
Breaker.
Breaker. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I own it.
Yeah, I have a copy of it, like digital format for Riff Tracks. I got it because of the Riff Tracks. I didn't even know what Breaker was when I saw the title, but I got it, and I'm like, right away, like Chuck Norris's name comes up when the credits are rolling, and I'm like, oh fuck yeah! I thought this was gonna be a film full of nobodies. It's a Norris film, and it was great. It was great.
Yeah,
lots of cheesy 70s action.
Got a lot of his films. I got A Force of One, The Octagon, Forced Vengeance, Lone Wolf McQuade, all 3 of the Missing in Actions. An Eye for an Eye, Breaker, Invasion USA, which is actually sitting on my to-watch list. Firewalker, Delta Force, Hero and the Terror.
Oh yeah, the Expendables, of course.
Yeah, Expendables 2, Logan's War, Forest Warrior, Top Dog.
Top Dog, that's right. And Doug Rampant asked, but is Chuck Norris as cool as Polly? Ah, man, impossible standard. No one is. It's
What, not even my dad?
Listen, your dad's obviously cool and all, but, it's an impossible comparison. Come on. Stop being mean to the guy like that. All right, anyway.
Wow.
Number 7.
I'm being mean to the guy now. Ooh.
Well, come on. Look at the bar. It's, not everybody owns a super cool bar like this, nor are they a time-traveling bartender. Number 7, practice Chun Kuk Do. Chun Kuk Do is a Korean-American martial arts style that he invented. The man created his own martial art.
Yep, apparently he did.
Wow. You can watch videos of how to perform Chun Kuk Do on YouTube. You can also become a member of the United Fighting Arts Federation, which is an organization that he founded. Fuck. Nice, Chuck.
Yeah, I don't recommend learning martial arts off of YouTube. Just saying.
Oh, I highly recommend it. Just don't ever use it in a fight, because you'll die.
Yeah, learn it for personal discipline and muscle strengthening and reaction time, things like that, not for fighting.
And Jack's comedy value. Because I'll laugh at you.
Number 8 is follow him on Facebook. You'll get some insight into his personal life, as well as giving you the chance to contact him. I'd love to shake Chuck Norris's hand. He'd probably, like, subsume you in a black hole of awesome if you were to shake his hand, but it's worth the risk.
He'd probably break your little paw, Polly.
Yeah, I know.
Dude's old as fuck and he can still kick all of our asses.
I know, right? Havoc asks,
Number 9.
What is that channel name? The martial arts channel name, I'm assuming? Oh shit, I can't quite see. Yeah, it's a little blurry. But Chunkuk Do is what you want to look up right there.
I don't think it's a specific channel that's doing it. I think it's just it might be just like a series, like, well, not even a series, but just a bunch of videos people post online about it, you know?
Yeah, I would imagine that what ends up happening is a lot of what you see going on in the on the screen right there. Various dojos around the country that around the world that teach this style. But there's the name of the art that I put in chat, so you can like search off of that. That's the best place to start. Number 9, keep up with everything going on in his life. Besides his Facebook page, you can also learn news about him by researching him online. The end. Well,
that is how you appreciate Chuck Norris.
I
You
know.
stalk him and you learn everything about him.
I learned new things about Chuck Norris I didn't know, so this WikiHow article was worthwhile. I didn't know that he started his own martial art, as well as an international organization to promote it. I didn't know that.
I love the Q&A, how there's only one question.
Oh, hold on, let me scroll down a little bit. What's the question?
Should I have watched Chuck Norris's Total Gym commercials? Yes!
Yes, you should.
A true appreciation for Chuck Norris, you should watch everything related to him. This is the best way to understand his full range as an actor and as a person.
Nice.
Yeah, they did infomercials for that thing too that were like half an hour long.
So
Also,
what is Total Gym? Is it like a VHS video series you put out? What is it?
No, it's a workout system like the Nordic Track type stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those big units that you could have different stations on, so you could do like the back stretches and then arm curls, that sort of thing.
Okay. But there's also tips.
Oh,
They have to give you tips. If you're a guy, try to imitate his look as much as possible. Go to his official website to find out more information about him. Read his autobiography, Against All Odds, My Story.
Warnings: do not do a roundhouse kick near people. Don't make jokes excessively. You will annoy people doing so. Don't overdo everything. No.
Isn't trying to imitate his look as much as possible overdoing it a bit?
That's a little single white female for my taste.
Well,
what?
There's nothing wrong with having a beard. I will bet you money your father has a beard.
Sometimes not.
See?
Sometimes he accidentally shaves his own hair off. What of it?
Accidentally?
It's a story.
I'm sure it is.
Basically, he was shaving his beard, right? But before that, he'd been shaving like his hair, basically, so it was a bit shorter, right? So he didn't have to go have a haircut because he was like gonna come back home the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And with the razor, he's shaving his beard, right? And then he notices, oh, I missed a spot on my head. I'll just get that real quick. And he didn't bother to change the setting.
Jesus.
So he basically just ended up shaving his, like a chunk of his hair off. So it kind of just ended up being a situation of, well, I've already fucked this up this much. Might as well just shave the entire thing off. So he came home basically bald. And I say basically because there was still kind of a layer of hair, but it was just so close to the skull. It was kind of like, is that really hair? You know?
Deck Train Jack, would like you to imagine Mr. Rogers is a P to the E to the D to the O. I don't know why.
No thanks.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that idea either. Is there some kind of like background behind that statement? Is there? Were you making fun of Mr. Rogers?
Not recently, no.
Recently.
I'm sure I have in the past. I make fun of almost everybody. So.
I mean, there was that one time I pushed him down to the ground, but God damn it, he was in my way.
No, that dude kicked your ass. He's probably secretly an assassin.
Actually, that reminds me of something. Sorry, chat, for not being as interactive as I can be, but chat runs incredibly slow on my screen. I'd be better off reading the chat off of the fucking OBS window than off of the live one that I have. It's so far behind. Anyway, it's a potato issue, guys. Sorry. Somebody asked me way the fuck back what kind of cider I was drinking, and then they mentioned their favorite brand. I forget what your favorite brand was. I forget who said that, so double apology there. But I'm drinking it's a local brand. It's 7% strong extra dry cider. I love it. It's so tart. I don't like sweet ciders at all. I like the real, you know, Jack, like the really stout, dry English style ciders that don't have like a drop of sugar in them. They're great. Yeah, back me up.
My sponsor frowns on me doing that, so.
And I just lost the lucky man. Oh no, I didn't.
And this other question comes to mind here because somebody mentioned who is it? Doug Rampant says Polly has a martini. Yeah, there's a reason I picked the martini glass for the tip jar. So when the tips happen, coins drop in there because it fit into the bar motif. But also, actually, I'm a fan of martinis, which raises a question that I have for chat. Martinis sell very well. There's martini bars everywhere where they specialize in martinis. Yet, I know very few people who drink them or like them or have even had one, or they had one and then never drank it again is really common. So that's weird. But there's got to be them out there. Otherwise, the industry wouldn't be supported and there wouldn't be martini bars everywhere. You know what I mean? So chat, you know, if you like martinis, say so. And if so, vodka or gin? I'd like to know. So I know I'm not the only one who drinks martinis. I mean, come on, they're boozy as hell. They come in a cool glass. You get olives. I mean, it's kind of a cool setup. Right, Jack? Yeah.
I think martini bars sounds kind of...
What? Gay?
No. Pretentious.
I would have said gay.
You know what the problem with martini bars is, in my opinion? Martini bars, there's this thing that they call, believe it or not, martini culture. And the idea is people get hyper specific on the recipe that they want, the brand of booze that they want in it, how many olives and what kind of olive, etc. Right? All the details. And that's just part of, quote, martini culture, is that you ask for it in this way. The only place you're ever going to get away with being that kind of prick in demand. Ooh, it's my second favorite gif. Thank you very much, Grant Lionheart, for the tip. Here's some more Monopoly money from Aussie Land. Also, happiest 30th birthday to me. Grant Lionheart, is it your birthday? I didn't know that. That's awesome to hear. Well, happy birthday, man. Well appreciated. I'm sure chat will wish you a happy birthday in unison.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Are we gonna sing?
I don't want to steal Monkey's shtick. Do people want us to sing? Is that a thing?
Sing here.
Yeah, I mean,
Sing here.
drinking songs, perhaps. Remember when Picard sang that drinking song? I'd do something like that. To find something new in this wonderful year. Remember that, Jack?
Nope. But I am going to share a link to the West Virginia Ninja, the evil one sent me, so you can learn the proper Judy chap.
All right.
It's pretty awesome.
Gilcado likes espresso martinis. I've had one, only one. And then I had a coffee martini. I like the espresso more with espresso liqueur. It's actually really good. The Brick and Astring says, what's a martini? Ouch. Zombie Teddy says vodka. Gin is horrible. I prefer vodka, honestly. That's my call. Whereas Kingslayer Damocles comes back and says gin is superior to vodka. I like a range of opinions. Mr. Scott 87 says pretentiously gay. Well. Green Badger Outdoors says don't like olives, vodka or gin. Now, okay, well, Gakato says a vodka espresso blend. So a vodka martini trumps gin. Yeah. I mean, for example, so you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it does get a little pretentious, but that's the whole point. You order exactly what you want and you expect them to give it to you. But the point is you're going to pay for it. If you ask somebody for something extremely hyper-specific in a very particular way, so they got to have all this crap, and they're going to record your name, so when you come back in and you say the usual, they've got the 14 details of what you want your drink like on record. And guess what? They're going to charge you $20 per drink for that. Because where else are you going to get away with that? Much like expensive escorts, you got to pay for proper service.
Jesus.
Well, don't get a cheap escort.
No. Like if you go get a $5 escort, you can imagine what you're going to get for your money. You know what I'm saying? Now, my preferred martini. It's not the only one I'll drink, but if I'm going to order one, it will be a... What? Far. Did Far cut out? Did her internet give way?
That's her picture's still here.
It doesn't mean she won't drop. And we've been calling her name, so I'm willing to bet she'll drop momentarily. It's Australian internet. There's not much you can do. Yeah. So, until Far returns or speaks back up until she fixes her microphone issues, my preferred martini is a vodka martini, painfully dry, stirred, not shaken. I like the ice cubes just wet with dry vermouth. 3 olives, preferably medium-sized manzanillas, pitted, but not with pimentos. That's my call. The Monkey in the Morning just popped up. Everyone telling me Monkey's streaming. Yeah. Yeah, it's about that time. What, 8 a.m.? Yeah, that's Monkey must have woken up after getting over the sedation of Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah. It sounded like he had a pretty long day.
Is that right?
Well, yeah, the whole family's over. You know, it takes up a lot of time.
Damn right. I wanted to talk about this one article that you sent, Jack, from the El Paso Times. Thank you very much for the tip, Frank. He says, I either drink a Double Crown and Coke or Red Death, which is Southern Comfort, Absolute Vodka, Amaretto, Triple Sec, Slow Gin, OJ, and if had lime juice. That is a lot of ingredients. That's a Red Death. Southern Comfort, Absolute Vodka, Amaretto, Triple Sec, and Slow Gin combined with OJ. Wow. That's a lot of stuff. Deck Train, gin with Vegemite. No creepy vodka martinis here. So over here on... oh, there we go. USA Today. Look at this pop-up video threatening to start at any second and refuses to be paused. Look at this. Yeah. Still threatening to start. I'm going to start on you any moment. Fuck, I hate pop-up ads, or pop-up videos. You know how much this pisses me off? I know, man.
The worst is when you start to scroll down and it starts playing after you've passed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That drives me nuts.
And it's... Look at this. It's still... There's no version of AdBlock Plus, which I run, or NoScript, which I run, that can stop these pop-ups. They have paid millions of dollars to figure out how to get their fucking pop-up videos to evade everyone's detection.
Oh, yeah.
Like, stop fucking playing. For Christ's sake, how many times do I need to press pause? God damn. There. That's a lot of baloney. U.S. border officers seize more than 150 pounds of pork. Look at that, still threatening to fucking play. God fucking damn you. El Paso, Texas. A driver crossing the Mexican border says he was hauling turkey ham. But Customs and Border Protection officers thought it was a bunch of baloney. U.S. Customs... I need that on a sound pad. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection seized 14 rolls of Mexican bologna Thursday morning at the Bridge of the Americas International Crossing. Look, it's fucking playing it over in the fucking corner now. God USA Today. Fucking trash, man. Pure fucking trash.
Yep.
A Chevrolet pickup truck with Texas license plate entered the port from Mexico shortly after 9 a.m. Thursday. A CBP officer spotted red rolls behind the rear seat of the truck, which the driver claimed to be frozen turkey ham being brought from Mexico. Officers with the CBP's Office of Field Operations Agricultural Specialists performed a secondary exam and confirmed the driver was hauling 154 pounds of bologna. The meat was seized and destroyed, and the driver was released. The sausage is prohibited because the pork has the potential to introduce foreign animal diseases. Oh, okay.
Yeah, can you imagine what kind of garbage screening process they have in Mexico for meat products?
No. I actually can't imagine how.
Yeah, because they probably don't have any.
And I mean, stuff like Australian style problems where it's, unique ecosystem. Why introduce a set of diseases or what have you to a given area when it doesn't have them already? As if Texas doesn't have enough problems with feral pigs and feral nilgai from India and all sorts of other invasive species that have escaped.
Now, look at the photo in the article of the two people unloading it. Yeah. Look how happy they look. Monkey pointed this out when we talked about it the other night. They probably ate all that shit.
They just claim to have destroyed it?
Well, they did destroy it. They ate it. I would put money on it that break room has that shit in it right now.
So you think that they just went back to Customs and Border Protection, the cafeteria, and just handed out free bologna?
No, I think those two specific people ate this. Look how happy they are. And these are not small individuals. They're like, Mexican turkey. First of all, or bologna. I would never eat bologna from Mexico, ever.
I know.
Ever.
Like, it's already bad enough when it's produced here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's disgusting. It's the hot dog of lunch meat.
Hey, you leave hot dogs out of this.
Hot dogs are fucking gross.
They're fine grilled, properly flame grilled. They're great.
Yeah, they taste good then a little bit, but they're still fucking gross.
I love this. Mr. Scott 87 says, my mom used to buy turkey ham because we couldn't afford real ham. I called it hamurkey.
Yeah, murky. I like that.
What I don't get about this, is it just me or does it look like those rolls have frost on them?
They might have been refrigerated in the vehicle. I don't know.
But it says they spotted the red rolls behind the driver's seat, and it looks like they're pulling them out from behind the driver's seat. What did he have, his AC turned up beyond all belief?
Well, he might have had a bag of ice on him or something.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. It might just be this shitty packaging, or that could be like some sort of fungus growing on the exterior.
Yeah.
It's Mexico. I try not to ask these questions because that place is fucking filthy. They might have coated it with some sort of special coating so the wild dogs in Tijuana didn't get to it. I don't know.
I don't... See, I mean, you got... what does that say? The brick? Oh, brick on a string. Brick on a string says, score! Looks like the look on his face. Yeah. But
yeah,
is it because they really want to eat it or because this is the most significant bust that these pathetic bastards have made in God knows how long?
Look, if you're that big of a person, I mean, they are physically large people. You're usually pretty excited to get free lunch meat.
Even if it's from a place where it's not inspected, etc.
Do they look picky to you?
No. Especially that, what I'm assuming is a woman in the foreground.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't mean to be mean to these guys, but come on. They're husky children. And I would suspect they are excited for that.
You're aware that your body shaming isn't welcome here at Polly's Place Noir Bar, right?
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't care either.
Yeah, I didn't think you cared that much either.
Did you know that there's a brand of bologna sold in Australia called Polony?
Bologna?
Yeah.
All right, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, because I was cracking his joke that, like, did you know there's a brand of bologna here far that's not spelled like Bologna, like the town in Italy? It's spelled literally bologna, like Baloney. And she's like, oh, here, hold on. And sends a picture of something called polony. I'm like, polony? And apparently that's a common phrase for it. At least in Western Australia it is. People are like, yeah, I put polony sandwiches together and blah, blah.
Evil One asked if we've ever been to Mexico.
Yes.
Yeah, I went to Tijuana once.
That's exactly right.
Never again.
Yeah. It was, I mean, holy fuck, right?
Man, it was like walking into a war zone where everybody wanted to rob you. That's what the apocalypse will look like.
Yeah.
It will look like Tijuana with these mangy dogs running in packs around the town. And you're like, wow, that dog is the cleanest thing I've seen.
Listen, I don't know if you're joking or not, but I saw dogs that were mangy as fuck, like missing patches of fur.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. There's wild dogs just roaming the streets.
Yeah. Holy fuck. I mean, I had heard the phrase repeatedly, oh, that place looks like a demilitarized zone. And then I saw Tijuana and I was like, this is what they mean.
Yeah.
Like, you want to know what bombed out Berlin looked like in 1945? Go to Tijuana. I mean, people talk about how bad Detroit looks. Hey, listen, I've seen some of the videos. Yeah, it looks pretty shoddy. It looked nothing like fucking Tijuana looked, man.
Yeah, it's a rough town.
Like, how do you get buildings that, and I mean like short ones that are only like 3 stories tall, right? Like little squat former apartment buildings that are actually busted out. Like the side of the walls are busted out. Like bombs have gone off.
They probably have. I don't know what other parts of Mexico look like. I did not care to venture to them at that point. I would like to, go see some of the old pyramids and stuff like that, but I have no interest at this point to see that stuff because I would have to go through some really sketch areas.
Yeah.
And it's mostly just a general cowardice and the fact that I stand out, like, hey, look at that giant guy over there. He's clearly American. Let's rob him.
The, really quick, Ebony says, thank God I've outgrown bologna. Yeah, so have I. I just don't want to eat it anymore. There's so many other choices. Like, yeah, it's inexpensive, but there's other expensive sandwich meats if you want to get them. Get the turkey loaf. It's not nearly as good as, like actual shaved turkey breast or whatever. You know what I mean? But it's better than bologna, man. It's so much better.
Yeah, I don't really want to eat anything labeled loaf. And it's made of meat.
Well, you see, Jack, I'm a poor grad student, and we do what we got to do. And I happen to like smoked turkey, so I'll deal with the turkey loaf until I can afford the expensive deli shit,
Yeah, I guess, but Carl Budding makes some really cheap packets of meat. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, man, those are loaf?
No.
Yeah.
No, they don't say loaf on them. I'm fine with it.
It just says turkey. They're not legally obligated.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's actually turkey, but I'll eat that before I eat something labeled turkey loaf. That just sounds gross.
Have you seen the last Rambo movie? Mr. Scott asks.
Yes.
What'd you think of it?
I thought it was fun. I don't know what everybody's bitching about. I thought it was a good time.
I felt there was nothing to bitch about. I was hoping it was going to be a little bit better. It ended. The last 20 minutes were not as good as I thought they were going to be, but yeah, I have no complaints.
Yeah, it was a little more brutal than I expected. Like there was some brutality in there that I thought they were going to tone down, but they didn't really hold back. Yeah. I enjoyed it. I felt like I got my $5 worth out of seeing it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't feel that my money was wasted at all. So yeah, if you're questioning whether or not, Far didn't make it back. She's in chat saying she'll be back in 6 or 7 minutes, and then her internet dropped again in the meantime. God damn it. Australian internet, right? I'd be so pissed if I was paying for something that dropped that often.
Well, it's really hard to get a connection in a country that doesn't exist.
Well, we've got a lot of people from an imaginary land in Noir Bar right now, Jack. Come on, it exists.
Hey, those people are magical, okay?
Yeah.
Oz is a real place. It just doesn't exist on this earth. It's in a parallel dimension. They're ruled over by a princess named Ozma. There are witches. Some kid throws buckets of water on people seemingly at random. It's a good time from what I hear.
Yeah. And Ryan Walter says, what the fuck, monkey streaming against us? Yeah, well, what are you going to do? The Noir Bar remains up after we've closed the doors, so everyone can hear the fun that we had later on. The death investigation focuses on Cornell frat party. Wow. Let me ask you something, Jack. The shit, I'm sorry, the stream just stopped sending data. Fuck. How many times is OBS going to do this? Is there like an update that's waiting to stop this from happening?
I don't know.
I'm back.
Hey, Far.
Hello.
Hello!
I live.
And you're roboting. And we can't hear her.
No, I'm muted.
Oh.
So I was moving the mic
Ah.
and shit. You know, I'm rude, but I'm not that rude.
Okay, so here's one story that I wanted to talk about because I find it funny for bitter, petty reasons.
Oh, great.
I'm not going to pretend that there's anything other than me laughing at somebody for petty reasons, okay? I'm going to own it.
Okay,
Dude.
I'm making a mental guess in my head right now.
I'd
It's
like to
probably
hear. What
way
is your
off.
guess?
No, I don't want to say it just in case.
Any guesses, Jack?
No.
Nah, both you guys are going to be far off anyway. Do you know who Damon Dash is?
Oh,
Nope.
yeah, I was fucking far off. What the fuck? I don't even know who this is.
Jack, do you know who Damon Dash is?
Never heard the name before.
No. He is the co-founder of Rockefeller Records along with Jay-Z. See, Jay-Z way back in the day before he was CEO of Def Jam Records and a multi-quadrillionaire that owned property on the French Riviera, but still considers himself street enough to claim to be a gangster on records while standing up on stage introducing Hillary Clinton. Yeah, the man's riddled with contradictions that make no sense. You just can't tell I'm not a fan of Jay-Z. I think he's insanely overrated.
Yeah.
He can write some good lyrics, but in reality, he's incredibly overrated, and people still let him get away with talking about how street and hood he is. The guy was never hood. He got ginned up and gassed up and committed some crimes that he never ended up being realistically investigated for because he sold out other of his friends to the police and said they did it, not him, and they couldn't get the lawyers that he could get, so they got railroaded off into jail, and everybody pretends that the guy's not a giant snitch. I mean, that's not even a snitch. What's the word for it? When you blame what you did on somebody else when you know you can get away with it because you've got expensive lawyers and they don't.
That's a bad friend.
Yeah, well, there's got to be a word for that. Like,
probably is.
miserable son of a bitch comes to mind. I mean,
Yeah.
like that's beyond being a
Absolute
rat.
cunt.
Yeah, like a rat is somebody who knows you did something, didn't do something themselves, and rats you out. What is it when they did it? You didn't do nothing and they blame it on you. Anyway, way back in the day, Damon Dash, who was like an entrepreneurial guy, started what was called Rockefeller Records with Jay-Z, and that's what launched them both to being very, very successful. Jay-Z ended up splitting ways from Dame and went on and did his own thing. Damon Dash, interestingly, in a side note, is cousins with Stacey Dash. That's why they both have the same last name. In any case, here's the article from page 6. Damon Dash arrested over $400,000 in unpaid child support.
Holy shit.
400,000. Now, there's two parts about this article that I love the most. Let's see if you guys can spot them as I'm reading the article. Okay? Embattled music mogul Damon Dash was arrested on Wednesday afternoon, accusing of owing more than $400,000 in child support. Dash, who is best known for founding Rockefeller Records with Jay-Z, was led into a Bronx family court in cuffs after 2 felony warrants were issued for his arrest, the New York City Sheriff's Office confirmed. Quote, "We've been looking to arrest him since 2015, New York City Sheriff Joseph Facito said, confirming the former record executive was nabbed in Manhattan without incident. Authorities have spent the last 4 years trying to convince Dash to turn himself in after he fled New York, one law enforcement source said. The 49-year-old is accused of having hundreds of thousands of dollars in child support to his 2 baby mamas, but said he is broke, filing legal documents last week claiming he has no income. The sheriff's office confirmed the arrest warrants were issued in relation to the $404,000 in child support that Dash owed to his ex-wife, Rachel Roy, and baby mama, Cindy Morales. In April 2015, a Bronx family court judge issued an arrest warrant for Dash, ordering to pay $62,000 to Morales. This year, a Supreme Court divorce warrant issued for Dash after he was found guilty of contempt of court and was ordered to pay $342,000 to Roy. On Wednesday, Dash emerged from family court holding hands with his fiancée, Raquel Horn, 2 lawyers and a private film crew in tow, and ranted about how he had been crucified like Jesus Christ, while claiming he had been paid he had paid the child support and has no cash flow problems. Quote, "Ain't no money problems," end quote, the mogul said, dressed in dark shade and a camel coat, as a small crowd of fans gathered outside court. "I went to turn myself in with money. I already paid it, and I still walked it with cuffs," he rallied, adding, quote, "No more warrants, everything is clear." But in a filing in Manhattan federal court last week, Dash said his personal income was, quote, "virtually non-existent," and claimed his only revenue stream was payments from, quote, Empire creator Lee Daniels, who owed him $2 million. Dash, a father of 3, said he was facing additional unexpected expenses because his current fiancée, Rachel Horn, was pregnant. Jesus, buddy.
Jesus.
It just gets worse.
Jesus Christ, it just keeps going.
I know.
Like, no, there's so many times where I'm like, because I'm eating dinner at the same time. So, of course, I'm muted, because you don't want to hear that. But, like, I'm just, like, thinking, wait, what? Like, it's like all these little points you're making, like the fact that there's a woman that's currently engaged to him, despite knowing that he is being taken to court for child support, and now you're telling me she's also pregnant.
Chicks are dumb.
Apparently. What the fuck, man?
Yeah. So, in November, Daniels and Dash settled a $2 million feud over claims Dash was cut out of producer credits and profits from the hit series, that being Empire. You know, Jussie Smollett Empire?
Yeah.
With Daniels agreeing to pay the music producer in installments. But in his Manhattan filing, Dash said the money hadn't been forthcoming and claimed the payments had been held up because creditors were garnishing his income. Quote, "It's very difficult to address the mounting bills I have until I receive some of the relief from the courts." On Wednesday, the record executive accused both his baby mamas of gouging him for cash. Quote, "They're pieces of dog shit because they put money before family values," Dash said. Quote, "I'm very disappointed in Rachel in not caring about her children, relationship with her children, before bread. It's all about the money." Attorneys for Dash, Roy and Morales, did not respond immediately to requests for comment. Whew.
What?
Wow.
Whoa, dude.
What a
That's
scumbag.
that's a lot to unpack with that one, though. Of I'm so disappointed that they think money is over their children. Like,
Yes.
aren't you the one that's like, I don't know, getting arrested and going to court over child support?
Well,
He's not paying it.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people
Yeah.
involved here. There's ex-wife Rachel Roy. So he's talking about his ex-wife, Rachel Roy, and then the mother of his other child, who he wasn't married to, named Cindy Morales, and then his current fiance, Raquel something, who's pregnant. So these are the 3 women involved here, right? Only one of them he doesn't owe child support to, yet.
Yet. That's a big yet.
I'm just saying, if the pattern holds. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, the pattern ain't going anywhere.
What kills me?
By the time she's off of child support, he'll be on to like dumb bitch number 4.
Yeah. See, bluntly speaking, here's the way that okay, let's speak in Dash's defense before we start making fun of the man incessantly. He really is legit owed that money from Empire. He was a producer and co-creator of that series. They just sidelined his ass and pretended they didn't know him when the money started coming in. They're like, what do you mean? Damon who? They straight fucked him over as a legitimate producer and co-creator of the series that went on to be extremely successful. They were willing to talk to him and use his fame, his notoriety, his connections to promote the show. After they were done with him for promotion and creation ideas and to create all the characters and etc., and hookups with all the actors to be involved in it, because Damon Dash is a well-known guy, they got everything they needed out of him and pretended they didn't know who he was when he started calling, okay, where's my cut of the money? We have a contract. Like, money's been owed for like 90 days and I'm getting nothing. And they're all like, who are you? So it's not like this guy isn't being fucked over himself really badly, to the tune of $2 million. And if they didn't actually owe him money, and they totally did, why did they settle with him for almost the full amount, $1.8 million, in court? And the guy actually said, well, we're going to have to pay you in installments. You know what that means? They didn't even hold the money aside for him. They just straight up acted like they didn't owe him.
Well, yeah. Why would they think they ever had to pay?
Well, you see what I mean? Like, there's some serious bullshit going on there. They Hollywooded his ass, pretended they didn't know him. Like, that's cold, man. And he had to take him to court to get the money and run around for years to eventually force them, as per their contract, to pay him. So, but now let's start making fun of Damon Dash. He hasn't paid his child support in so long that the courts actually ordered any income you have, it's automatically going to go to your child support. And that's what he was referring to. The little money that is coming in through those payments, and they're trying to pay him out over the next 75 years. You know what I mean?
Oh, my God.
It's like they're hoping that he's going to die before they actually pay him all $1.8 million. You see what I mean? This is just this, like, nobody is likable in this story. Nobody.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, you're right. No one, they're all villains here. There are no heroes.
And,
they all just suck.
And to be a little MGTOW-esque on it, or whatever you want to call it, how does that make sense for a court to order 100% of your income from this point on will go to your child support? And they're gonna live how? Like, why aren't you assigning a financial officer that does like a 70-30 cut from your income or something? That all your income goes to the financial. That is
pretty fucking weird. I mean, the only way I can think of why they would do that is maybe like taking into consideration this dude might never actually pay it.
Well,
you know? And like how long he's been avoiding it. But at the same time, like, yeah, how is the guy supposed to actually survive?
Yeah.
They probably give him like a percentage that, you know, they total up your bills and say, okay, this much doesn't count. Everything else goes to them. That's probably what's actually happening.
Well, as he was unable to pay because the money was going immediately over to them, but not to the tune of the full amount he owed. So that's why he claimed to be broke in court, because he's like, look, everything that I am getting in these micro installments that they're attempting to piecemeal me out to death with the 1.8 mil they owe me, is going directly to them, but it wasn't enough for them. So as of 2015, these warrants started getting issued, and eventually he was arrested.
Yeah, he should have petitioned for a lower amount.
Oh man, absolutely. And it's
yeah, that's nuts.
Mike Parlette's in chat. Hey, what's up, Mike? Asking what's up with the fucked up Judy Garland. You mean fucking awesome Judy Garland? And
I know, right? It's the best thing ever.
Yeah. And,
I love the Judy Garland.
And thank you, Evil One, for explaining it. It's Judy Garland on a garland. Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, it's Judy Garland.
Check out the Poly Merch store coming soon. Who doesn't want a Judy Garland shirt? I want one.
I want a Judy Garland shirt.
I'm good.
No, you know you want one.
Just because you hate Wizard of Oz, you leave Judy Garland.
I love Wizard of Oz.
Fetus Garland.
I just don't need a Judy Garland shirt.
So, in that story, any guesses on what my favorite two parts were?
No idea.
the guy still somehow having a fiance that's pregnant despite all this.
Well, that was fun, but not entirely unexpected. Let's be honest.
No, I wasn't expecting that.
No.
No, but I don't. But now thinking about it, I probably should have been. You know.
Evolved Potato asks, so he's in a debtor's prison? No. Unlike me, Damon Dash is not a time traveler, and this isn't the 1800s. So thank God, there's no more debtor's prisons, huh?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, no shit.
Right.
I have a student loan that's just itching to send me somewhere.
Wow. It's funny Evolved Potato brings up debtor's prisons, man. A lot of people don't even know that those were a thing.
Some countries still have them.
I remember reading about that. It's like somewhere as a kid, like as part of a story or something, and just like, even though it's like as a kid they're trying to make it seem kind of not as bad, you still get the vibe of like, this is really shit. What the fuck?
Well, see, Far, you're aware that the reason a lot of the so-called criminals, well, actual criminals that got deported to Australia, they had the option of going to debtor's prison or going to work in Australia.
Oh yeah, no, they had the option. Well, some of them did. Some of them didn't. Some of them were just straight up sent to Australia.
They were shanghaied there.
Like, some of them were just straight, because the other issue was that they had prison overcrowding.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of sorting that out and, maybe not literally arresting every single child, literal children, that would be stealing bread just to survive, instead they were like, yeah, no, you're Australian now.
Wow.
Yeah, because literal children were sent over too.
Okay, oh yeah, I'm aware of that. Now, so the two things that I like the most about this story. One, that Damon Dash actually compared himself to Jesus Christ. Well done.
Yeah, that was great.
I just...
That was like, wow, my dude. My dude.
He ranted about how he had been crucified, quote, just like Jesus Christ. Man, I've just got to say, there's a big difference between you walking in with cuffs in front of your body, not even behind your body. So they've cuffed you in the most minimal way that they can, while you're wearing designer clothes, designer sunglasses, walking in unescorted into family court. That's a little different from being nailed to a cross naked. A little different. It's
stabbed in the side because you didn't die fast enough.
Right? Like, this is after being flogged relentlessly. Scourged, technically. I mean, dude, what the fuck's wrong with you? Why is everybody so quick to hyperbole jack? This person's literally Hitler. I suffered like Christ. It's like, do you realize the metaphors you're using, people, are as far gone as metaphors go?
I don't know, man. Some people are just fucking dumb. Or they really have some kind of weird persecution complex. I don't even know anymore.
Could be both,
So the other thing that was my favorite is that they use the phrase babies mamas twice in this story.
Yeah. Oh my god, that was...
Like...
You actually used the term baby mama.
You're...
Wow.
His child's mother, son's mother, daughter's mother, non-binary's mother, whatever. What are you doing? You're a journalist and you're using the phrase babies mamas?
No, they're blog-journalists and you know it.
But would that not be the revealing thing in and of itself? I mean, if you're using the phrase babies mamas, you ain't no journalist. At least no one that should be considered one, regardless of what you call yourself. Now, here's the cherry on top. They turned this into a secondary story that I'm not going to go over to, but the headline of it is as follows. Damon Dash said he looked, quote, cool as fuck being led into court in handcuffs.
Wow.
I love how he's concerned with his image and his clothing and how he looked and how he came across being led into court. You begin to understand the fucking world this man inhabits, where it's all image and style and connections and contacts, and this is why he is who he is. It's there's a lot of money floating around that world, but there's a lot of backstabbers and double drama and babies mamas and owed money and motherfuckers skipping out on millions of dollars they owe you, and I mean, it's a pit of snakes.
Mike asked who this is again, because I don't remember this asshole's name.
Damon Dash. Yeah, there's Mike Parlett. Who is that? Hootie? No, it's not Hootie, but he is in the music business. His name is Damon Dash. He's a music publisher that's and producer that's he's produced a number of TV shows, different things like that. He's a big name in like behind the scenes production of music and television. And he just got involved in this hilarious story. I found it hilarious. I mean, who the fuck owes $400,000 in child support? That's holy shit.
That's quite a bit.
And what did he do after he left jail, you might ask? Well, he went and hosted a star-studded party that he hosted. That he put on.
Well, of course. Yes, that is what you do. Yeah,
naturally, that's absolutely how that works.
If I owed child support and I went to prison for it and I just got out, I would totally do the same thing.
Like, isn't this guy getting himself in relentless problems? Like, where someone's going to be pointing out...
Dude, just...
It's like, man, you claim you're broke. You claim you've got money. You claim you got money to keep your image afloat. But then when the court's asking you for money, you claim you're broke. And then for the court where you claim you're broke, you go to a party that you personally are hosting and through, where it's full of celebrities and catering that probably costs more than I'll make next year. All right. Lots of drama on Baby's Mamas in 2019. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. We need to come up with a fancy little rhyme where it's like, if you can't do the crime, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. It's like, if you can't pay for the baby, not even maybe. Something. You know what I mean? Like it.
Baby merchant, maybe? Just start playing baby.
Just wrap your fucking dick up and don't have kids if you're a fucking spastic idiot.
I mean, if you got a lot of...
It's long. It's not going to be on a bumper sticker, but...
I mean, if you got a lot of money and you want to be out there running around with girls and you got a lot of money and you're well known and it's the fucking New York urban environment where you've got a certain image and street credibility to maintain, Jack, you got to be wrapping it up. Imagine how many scheming girls there are.
Oh, tons. It happens a lot too.
All of them would be.
That blows my mind. It's like an NFL player or a Major League Baseball player or an NBA player running around with all kinds. Like, are you insane, man? Like,
they're usually just dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think that booty won't bite you back? No.
Jesus, Mike. What's up? Can't pay for the baby? Hold the baby gravy. Yo.
When in doubt, pull out.
Man, that story is funny, but I also just find it really depressing that there's I find it amazing that there's like these women that will claim that I need $300,000-$400,000 to support this child, et cetera, et cetera. All these schemers is what I'm getting at. And women know that women are schemers. They're the first ones that always point, oh, yeah, there's some seriously devious women out there. You have no idea. Yeah. And, see?
I will point that out, because holy fuck.
I don't understand why it's so hard to believe when you start saying stuff like, be cautious, you can't trust a big butt and a smile, as Karis once said back in the day. All those things. And that seems being misogynist. And it's like, no, it's like, if you go out on a date with a guy you just met, maybe bring pepper spray or go somewhere where there's lots of people. It's like, what are you saying? All men are rapists and killers? No, it's about caution. It's about that it's a dangerous world out there. Be cautious. Same kind of thing. I don't understand why it's all seen as being misogynist to say those things. I mean, the way that women got to be careful on dates, and they should be. Guys should be careful on dates because they should be,
That's just common sense.
I don't know. Is it though? Is it really?
It should be. I mean, if you're meeting up with a stranger, come on. What are you doing?
Wait a minute. I think Ryan Walters might have a winner. Can't afford a fetus. Wrap up your penis.
Yep. There we go.
A brown coat Boaz.
Wrap up your penis.
Hot on his tails with, if you're too broke, put it in her throat.
Well, I don't know. What if she hasn't had a tracheotomy?
Oh my god.
I don't know which one I like better. Holy fuck.
They're both awesome in totally different ways. Wow.
They are.
I would probably modify it slightly to avoid a squeetus. Wrap up your penis.
Oh, don't bring squeetus into it, man. That was
Well, it's just a generic term for baby.
I don't know. You know what's funny is that you should hear Damon Dash talk about his cousin Stacy, because she's like conservative girl, etc., all the things, right?
Responsible and a grown up.
Beats her boyfriend.
Well, here's one of those uncomfortable things that you're not supposed to talk about. The truth is, if you know any black folks, that there's a pressure to say certain things and act in a certain way. There's an expectation, right? You don't want that. You don't want certain labels put upon you that all fall into the category of sellout, to use less ugly terminology. The comedy duo, the Hodge twins, they put up with it all the time. Conservative guys, they're no one's punks. Texans, down-earth guys, etc., but they're not a fan of the Democratic Party. Look at the names they get called. House this, house that, blah, blah, blah. There's sellout for the white man, all this stuff. I get the feeling like Damon Dash is just talking to talk because he's expected to maintain his credibility in a certain urban market. And that's sad.
Yeah.
Stacey Dash caught hell like fucking crazy. I don't even want to use any of those ugly words. It's just, she got called everything in the book. And it's like, why? She's not even particularly an out-and-out Trump supporter. Her thing was, I don't really think, remember hashtag Oscars too white, Oscars so white, rather? Remember that?
Yeah.
She said, that's bull. Just because black people aren't being nominated for awards when they made movies doesn't mean shit's racist. Look at all the black people that have won. Not as many as white people. She brings up the population of the country. It makes sense the majority of awards are won. If anyone should be pissed off, it's Hispanics that are underrepresented. And it's like, oh, Stacey's dropping facts. Like, in terms of, like, representation. Because somebody brought up that point with her. And she was on the worst of all possible platforms to be talking about that, Fox News. And she says, well, there's an argument about representation. Somebody brought up to her, and she said, well, if you want to talk about representation, the only people that are being hit really hard are Hispanics. They're the ones that have won very, very, very few awards. So it's not really about Oscars so white. It's Oscars not Hispanic, if anything. And it's oh, look at you, champion for the Hispanics instead of your own people. And it's like, well, actually, her ancestry is mixed between white, black, and Hispanic. So fuck you. You couldn't tell with the straight hair and light skin? I mean, not that there's black folks that aren't 100% black that are straight hair and light skin. It's just not common. And she does. She has a Hispanic background. So, I don't know. Shit got ugly real, real fast between Damon Dash and Stacey Dash, where he's like, I don't even know where she's been getting these ideas from. I don't know. Maybe she thought for herself for a moment. Did you ever consider that? I don't know.
Well, no.
No, not at all.
She's got a dizzy little girl brain. I don't know where these broads get their ideas.
Yeah. Yeah, but we generally don't like to get so serious over here on Noir Bar. And Deck Dream brings up Clueless. The only reason to watch that movie was Stacey Dash. Did you?
No, what's her face was in that too.
Well, I was about to ask, are you a fan of Alicia Silverstone?
Yeah, I kind of want to bang her.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I just do.
Far, what do you think? You think that qualifies as a pretty girl?
I don't really know who you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Well,
Well, I wouldn't bang her when she was in Batman and Robin because she was kind of fat in that.
Well, that's okay. That's what comes to mind when I think of her for some reason. Maybe that's the movie I've seen her. Like, I've seen that movie, I don't know, more than once. And that's what, when I think of Alicia Silverstone, that's what comes to mind. I don't know. She strikes me as a very common blonde. Like, if you're into that, you can find those girls at, like, strip malls and shit, man. They're kind of everywhere.
Yeah, but she looks like an attainable. Like I could probably pull that if I tried.
She's got that girl next door attainability attraction.
Yeah, she's like she's attractive, but she's not supermodel hot.
Yeah.
Oh, Evolved Potatoes heading out. Good night, man. Thanks for posting the links.
Oh, thanks, Evolved
thank
Potato.
you.
Always appreciate it. See you again.
Right.
So,
Yeah, she was hot in the Aerosmith videos.
she
I
was
don't know.
She was in Aerosmith videos?
Yeah.
Yeah. You say
I would
videos.
say-
What was she like in a bunch?
There were like 2.
Okay.
I would say that Julia Stiles was actually a little hotter.
I know that name. Remind me. That name's familiar. I can't picture
I
her,
can't
though.
think of any of her movies right now, dude. It's like fucking 8 in the morning.
It's actually
Hold
more
on.
like 9 in the morning, but yeah.
Oh, that's even worse. I can't fucking read a clock. Probably because I didn't change the time from like a year ago.
Holy shit. You know who just posted a video 48 minutes ago, Jack?
Who's that?
Comic Book Girl 19.
Oh, she posted another druggy video.
Druggy?
Yeah, is she doing like acid videos?
She, like, where she dropped acid and filmed a video?
I'm asking you, is that the same chick that was talking about drugs all the time?
I mean, she smoked weed and on occasion and drank constantly on her streams, but then again, so do I.
I don't know. I never watched her streams.
Okay.
I know there was a chick that was trying to do a movie review, and it turned out she was like on drugs the entire time. And that's all she talked about. And I was like, this is fucking stupid. She had like green hair.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Okay, here's what happened. She didn't do acid. She smoked the fuck up like crazy. Smoked the fucked up. And she did one of those triple threats. Have you ever done you ever smoked a blunt where you
I'm allergic to marijuana.
Okay. Have you ever heard of people smoking a blunt? It's you paste the paper with oil and then mix hash and strong bud together inside? No?
I've heard of this.
Okay,
yes.
that's what she did. And smoked up before she went inside. I forget what movie it was. Yeah, and she stumbled out in the middle of the movie and threw up and then kind of got herself together and then kind of stumbled back in. That was the entirety of it. Yeah, and she said, so I can't really fairly judge this movie because most of it, my head was spinning or I was throwing up or whatever. Yeah, that's right. That is a...
Yeah, so that's this chick?
Yeah, that's that girl that we're talking about, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I watched that video and I'm like, this is fucking pointless and stupid. So I've never watched her again.
Wow, that's rough. Like that's the video you tuned in to see. That's like the worst content possible for her.
My light went off. Fuck.
So Julia Stiles was in the Born Identity.
Oh,
She
that
was the
Julia
computer nerd.
Stiles. I know exactly who you mean now. Yeah.
You know another one?
Another movie that she's in?
No, another Julia Stiles.
No, it's just I clued into. Oh Jesus, that's why her name sounds familiar. I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah,
she's in a bunch of movies. A lot of like chick flicks.
Yeah, she was in Save the Last Dance and 2 different Jason Bourne movies, and that's why somebody typed Jason Bourne in chat, Mr. Scott. Oh, right.
Yeah, 10 Things I Hate About You, which is the best version of Taming of the Shrew.
Yeah, that still blows my mind that that's the point of that film.
That's Shakespearean, man.
Yeah, and she was on a full season of Dexter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, you know why I like her? Because she doesn't look like your average. She's got a unique look about her. She's not your classic cookie cutter blonde.
She's that weird smile of hers.
Yeah, she's cute, man. She's got it going on. I'm into the eccentric looking types, not your...
I like weird looking chicks.
There's a difference between unique and weird.
It's a thin line, man. It's a real thin line.
I know. I hold to my opinion. There's a big difference.
How crusty you like the eyes, Polly?
Is that what you thought I was saying? Because it's funny, because I think you look unique. Why are you burning yourself like that?
Wow. Shit. I don't know what to say to that.
Yeah. Walked into that one, didn't you? Yeah.
Well, you know what I have to say to that? Looks like Far's gonna have sex with Jason Momoa.
And for those curious, I remember I grabbed this picture because I'm like, this girl wore this to fucking an awards show? There's Julia Stiles in her little I support the Mets getup. I'm all for girls wearing stuff like this. Excuse me, I just had to finish off my drink there. Why am I the only one who ever drinks on? Oh yeah, because you guys don't really drink. Jack, not at all. Far, only sometimes.
Yeah, and also, like, again, why would I do that on stream? People would just encourage me. We don't want the queen.
I do, though.
No. No.
Yeah, even one's reminding me to check the hashtag. It's a good idea. I often do forget to do that.
Yeah, he posted some saucy Asians in there earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's real good about that.
Hold on here. Notifications. Whew. Guys, there's another reason that I don't go quickly tweeting people when I'm live on a stream or opening up new tabs or whatever. You have no idea, man. My browser just grinds to an almost halt when I have all the things open that to run a stream, like OBS and everything else, right? It's like I'm still waiting for Twitter to fucking load so I can check the hashtag. Is it time to possibly upgrade the potato? I think it is.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you passed that time a long, long time ago.
Why don't I ever get credit for doing what I do with equipment that isn't up to snuff?
Oh, we give you a lot of credit for that.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm basically the guy that created a running motor vehicle out of baling wire and a hamster and a wheel. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, you're MacGyvering this whole thing together.
Yeah, you have some real Australian ingenuity, you know? Somehow you're making it work and it probably shouldn't. It's magic. It's fine.
It's magic.
It's like my internet. It's magic. It's fine. You don't question it.
If I had your internet, I would be livid for a refund of some kind, a credit of some kind. Like, it's so consistently unreliable that it's whatever it is that you're paying, it's too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
What are they going to do? Start an armed revolution? Oh, wait. They gave their guns away.
But, no, Mum did look, to get a refund for it at first, because we were paying way too much. Like, they promised a ridiculous amount, which is why we were like, oh, hell yeah, we'll get on this. This was before we knew better. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. And then once, like, it started to come through, like, it was better. That's the thing. It was better than the other internet, and you could tell. Only problem was, it wasn't the actual amount they were promising.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she did manage to get a reduced price on it because of that. But beyond that, though, the problem is, once you're on it, you can't get off. You're kind of just stuck with it. So even if you canceled your plan,
I knew it.
You're kind of fucked. You know?
Whoa. John Boyega admitted he's the one who left the script under his bed?
I'm not surprised. He was my second choice.
I mean, yeah, it was him or
Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those were our guesses because they were the guys who were actually vocal about how angry, well, disappointed that their characters turned out in Rise of Skywalker.
Yep.
Now, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, watch Comic Book Curation.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Every Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry I missed it the other day, okay?
No, it's fine.
I was kind of out of place.
Yeah, this is Shrouded Angel who put this story up. Thank you, Shrouded Angel. And I see Evolved Potato put up some sexy goth girls. And goth girls can be very sexy. I agree.
Ooh.
Yes, they can.
I'm going to have to look at those.
Yeah. So anyway, the quick story, Rise of Skywalker's coming out, and a authentic script actually appeared on eBay. And the director / co-writer, J.J. Abrams, said in an interview, confirmed that, yeah, it was an authentic script. After they got it back, he confirmed this. He said one of the actors, I know who, but I'm not going to say who, left it under their bed, and someone that was cleaning their house got it. Yeah, I don't buy that.
No.
That's some bullshit. We were, Jack Quiz and I were all guessing. It was like, no. Somebody who's disgruntled, and everyone's finished with the series now, if you know what I mean. Like, all the actors are finished, and Boyega's not going to be brought back, because that's the end of his storyline now, right? Yeah. They're just like, fuck it. You did my character like this. Do you want to take a guess that Finn maybe dies?
I'd be willing to bet, so yeah.
You see what I mean? Or something bad, really bad happens to him such that it's like they're not going to bring him back or whatever. Like, his storyline is going to come to an end. You know what I mean? So there's no hope. And magically, this guy's script makes it on eBay.
Very convenient.
Yeah. And that's the story that we're talking about that Shrouded Angel posted here, that on celebrity9.com/AU, ooh, Australian site, John Boyega apparently admitted to it. Oh, thank you, Mike Parlett. Ooh, tipped a whopping $5 and says Sexy Otter needs a new Chromebook. There's a specific Chromebook?
Yeah, where have you been for like 10 years?
Buying Hewlett Packard.
Stop buying trash and look into good stuff. Chromebook's been around for ages. My dad had one.
Ow. No, I've always bought, like, the two laptops I have. This one right here that I'm reading Streamlabs off of, and then this one I'm running the stream itself off of. They're both Hewlett Packards. You know why? Because when you go on Amazon, they're cheap as fuck and often on sale, and I buy last year's model because, hey, broke grad student.
Ryan Walters said only 3/5 of him makes it out of the movie.
Oh, no. Oh, shit.
Don't get us in trouble, Ryan. Although, funny.
Let me ask you this. When they say they got it back, you know what I picture happening there? Disney's fucking squad of lawyers who probably have a personal security team armed with stuff that would make SWAT teams jealous, got a hold of the motherfuckers that had it up for sale and threatened them legally to within an inch of their life. That's how they got it back.
Probably.
Yeah, because it's technically Disney property, and do you really think you would stand up to Disney lawyers and win?
Oh my God, no. No. Do you remember when, you remember that, the Lionel Hutz episode of The Simpsons, that old Simpsons episode? Where the fake-ass lawyer they keep hiring, voiced by Phil
I remember
Hartman.
Lionel Hutz.
Yeah. Oh, Lionel Hutz. Oh, God.
Where Lionel Hutz is in Mr. Burns' office, and I forget what they were legally wrangling over.
Yes,
but he says, I'm here to do whatever. And Mr. Burns goes, and I've got an army of high-priced lawyers. And when Lionel Hutz sees them, he goes, wah, 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 and runs screaming from the room.
Yep. Yeah.
That's what I picture going on here. I don't think some secretary or John Boyega himself called and said, look, it was a mistake that you got that. Can you please send it back? No. I picture someone going, you have Disney Incorporated corporate property in your possession. If you don't return it immediately and take down the ad on eBay, we will do the following.
All they had to do was call eBay, have the ad shut down, person's account suspended, and then they got the information of where they live.
Yeah.
Yeah, good call.
Then they went and intimidated them like, look, we're going to ruin your life. eBay will be a triviality among all the things we're going to sue you for.
And I mean, J.J. Abrams makes this point in the interview that we read, saying, it's on this super fancy paper that can't be copied. And those are like actually the words that this grown man used. You know, it's like, I need a super fancy photocopier free paper. Yeah, and it's like, I get it. They're red scripts with watermarks. That's really old tech, JJ. That's nothing new.
Yeah, that's ancient. but
it's like, when I hear you, you're right. I don't think like a corporate lawyer. They probably absolutely did call eBay and say, stolen property of ours, Disney Corporation is up unless you want to deal with us forever and a day. Take down the ad for the stolen property.
I don't think they would have had to threaten eBay. Once eBay found out they were legitimately with Disney, they would have taken it down just to avoid that from happening. Because even the threat would be
a headache
enough to make anybody shit their pants.
Yeah. And then when they called up the people, they didn't say, it was like, okay, we want it back. It was also, we want it back and we want destruction of every photographic picture that you took of it, because you can't photocopy it, and that works by the bright light going off it. Doesn't mean you can't take normal optical pictures of every page.
Yeah, and anybody with half a brain could have done that with their cell phone and uploaded all the pages
right
that way. And I don't know, there's a dozen ways to get around stuff nowadays, but I think this was probably just a power play. I don't think that that's the actual filming script.
You think he leaked the script only that he had, Boyega, on purpose?
I would hesitate to say it was on purpose, but it probably was. And let's be real, they've filmed so many scenes that it's hard to say what the end product's going to be anyway. So the script that actually made it out there may not even be the one that we're going to see in the theater. This thing's going to be such a Frankenstein's monster that there's no way to tell if that script was even mostly relevant at this point.
Jack, I have gone, I don't know, chat, you tell me, I'm curious. You guys tell me in chat, are you even interested remotely in seeing this movie? Whether you're a Star Wars fan or not, is even something on your radar. I'm getting more and more excited to see this movie for ironic reasons.
It's just to see how bad it's going to be?
Yeah! It's like, I'm going to go in, and if it's even competent, it's going to be great in my opinion, because I'm expecting a fucking dumpster fire that goes nowhere, storylines that are unfinished, it ending in the crappiest way possible. When the credits roll, you're going to be like, that's it?
I remain indifferent on this. I'll go to the cheap theater and see it, and that'll be it. I'll go to the low-end first-run theater in the hood and sit there and just move on with my day. Because I really just don't care anymore. Yeah, it could be really funny, bad, but I have a hard time caring at all. But I see your point. I see why you're excited for it, and I would like to be, but I really don't want to be disappointed anymore. It makes me sad.
You know, we don't like doing politics, but we do like laughing at people here at Noir Bar. So let's all join in and laugh. We're gonna be laughing at Elizabeth Warren and The Guardian together. I love this story headline so much. Warren introduces bill to strip medals of honor for Wounded Knee massacre. What?
What?
Yeah, what? That's a really old story. Why are you? That bill was introduced months ago. It was a bill that's never going to pass because you're stripping medals of honor from people that have been dead for a long, long time.
No, she's got to make up for all the atrocities she's committed against the engines.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, why are you reporting on this now? And the reason why is because Elizabeth Warren is talking about it now. Are you a moron, Warren? You're bringing back up the Indian thing? You?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. To answer your question, yeah, she's a fucking idiot.
Like, this is one of those things, like, it was introduced back before the shit had hit the fan with her 23andMe results.
Yeah, she's an idiot, dude.
Why would you revisit stuff that's so embarrassing to you?
Because she's out of touch, and she's foolish.
Yeah.
And she thinks everybody's forgotten.
Because she's a fucking boomer?
Oh, isn't she in, like pre-boomer, whatever the fuck? What's greatest generation?
I don't know, but I don't particularly care. She has a very boomer mindset.
Yeah, I think she's boomer.
She has the whole like Warren wagon bullshit thing as well. Like that's a boomer right there.
The Warren wagon on the Trail of Tears.
Yeah, like I'm more boomer than like I'm going to manufacture these memes. Come join me, my fellow children.
Yeah, and like Mike Parlett says, Jeff Merkley is a piece of shit. Democratic Senators Elizabeth Warren and Jeff Merkley have announced legislation that would strip metal. Jesus Christ, that opening sentence isn't even the full sentence. That opening clause of your first sentence is already disingenuous and a lie. They announced it. You want your readers to think that they just introduced this bill that was in fact introduced by others months ago, and they are now speaking in support of currently. Elizabeth Warren, because she's on a campaign trail. This is nothing new. She hasn't done anything. She's just doing what Elizabeth Warren has done the entire campaign. Wonderful, warm thoughts. Yay. You know what I mean? Everyone will have free college, free health care.
Your hatred of wonderful, warm thoughts is going to end with you in a gulag if you're not careful.
We don't want to see the honor sent to gulag.
Well, no, we don't. It's But you can check a video that the next 6 minutes put up today of the otters can jump pretty high, and they're pretty insistent on jumping pretty high.
Despite being able to go around the wall.
We're very dedicated folk once we set our mind to something far.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's hard to be adorable and look around for other ways to go. Just saying.
Yes.
All right, you know what? It's 9 o'clock in the morning. I think it's time we bring down the lights and bring the bar to a close. No?
Yeah.
For tonight.
Yeah, I'm getting fucking tired, honestly.
Yeah, I hear you.
You're getting tired. It's 9 a.m. here. We've been up all night.
Yeah. Honestly, I was mostly interested in running just to see how the Christmas decorations went over. I was just because I finished them started them like a week ago and finished them a few days ago, and I'm like, I want to do them, especially at fire in the background, etc., etc. So, but there's more to come. It's now the Christmastide season, and I'm almost done with my research contract, which means I will have a lot more free time because I am off for the Christmas season after that. So I have nothing to do but sit around and watch Christmas movies and come up with new and improved ways to stream and hopefully get my ass in gear. Oh, and one final thought. For those of you who haven't hit up the One Ton Hammer, who's very well liked around these parts, he is currently in the hospital getting better. Had a little incident the other night, but he's going to recover completely. I was talking to him by DMs, and he's doing quite well. He's just in the hospital running some remaining tests, but will be out in the next couple of days. And pretty bad. He was in there for Thanksgiving, but will be definitely out in time for Christmas. In the next couple of days, he'll be out. So if you wanted to tweet your support at the One Ton Hammer, you know who he is. He's one of the Minions and very well liked among the Minions. He's one of the original founding members of the Minions. Great guy. And we were all very, very happy to hear that he recovered and will recover completely from the incident. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, on that note, I would like to thank everybody for stopping by Noir Bar tonight. I would entreat you all to keep your eyes open, and I should start, you know what? I'm thinking about opening Noir Bar at a consistent time. Does that sound like a good idea?
That's probably a good idea.
That's probably a good idea. I agree with
I mean, for the month of December going ahead, how about Noir Bar every night at X? Or, well, Tuesdays and Thursdays at, that kind of thing.
Yeah.